You might want to buckle up.
Woke up underwater, 13 at the car. I couldn't get any farther from the day.
Want to get out of here?
Was I still dreaming, stuck to a machine, or choking and screaming with my hands tied?
I don't get it.
Calling and calling, but nobody comes.
Peoples, they got to go.
No air in my lungs.
It's a great idea.
Getting so comfortably numb. Don't know
The bear, it fucking did cocaine.
And 2 cocaine.
A bear did cocaine. It'll tear him to pieces. I've seen all of the Fast and the Furious movies, lady. It's all about
I'm coming for you, son. You will never be able to break my family.
So nerd, I fucked your mom.
I just really need this trip.
I'm coming with you.
Okay.
Is the craziest I think I've ever seen.
When I masturbate, I sometimes fantasize about Splinter.
Hey, don't use that word that way.
I think somebody's boosh is already quite amused.
Is that a joke?
made a choice and drew a hard line.
I want her to be 100% sex tonight.
Some turning back time. Chasing the ghosts that would haunt me at night. Facing my past 'cause I'm up for the fight. Somebody turned on the light. I'm not afraid to open up my eyes.
Hello.
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Maybe. But there's never been one like me, Gail. I'm something different.
Are you going to heaven?
No.
Why not?
You gotta be a good person to go to heaven.
This is a national emergency. Your family has been chosen to make a horrible decision. The 4 of us are here to prevent the apocalypse. How do you choose the ones you save? None of our lives can matter more than this mission.
I don't accept that.
We've got company.
Hello, everyone. It's time to play a game.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
I'm not afraid of a couple ghosts.
We used to be friends. Why are you doing this?
The truth is much scarier.
What is the truth?
Did you locate the weapon? Yeah, it's a kid. Oh my God, Dad! Abandoned ship! You almost fucking killed me!
You're welcome! Get back down!
We gotta move!
We are no longer friends.
Just get out of my way.
Don't run away now because of me.
You and I left a good life behind a long time ago, my friend. I'm done running. There is no going back to normal.
Life will inevitably crush their hopes and dreams.
Is it better to have had a good thing and lost it, or never to have had it?
Truth is, we're all achingly lonely, and we're endlessly searching for ways to fill that void.
There's a word in Korean, inyeon. It means fate.
It's an interesting phrase. Go boldly. What is there to boldly go into?
What is stronger? Your fear or your love for me?
I don't know what it is you gotta do,
But I think that this thing is supposed to help.
Just have fun out there.
Oh my god, we're a team.
The only one who gets to decide if I'm through is me.
She said it gave her hope.
The story of me, take 2. And of course the music will be spectacular.
Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father, for your children, for your sisters and brothers. Leave all your love behind. You can't carry it with you.
Mike's head on.
All right. Those videos always mute my mic. But what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or if you are new here, welcome. First off, I want to say thank you to Wagman Studios. I talked to them on YouTube. They let me use their 2023 tribute that they did to play in front of this. I asked their permission. They're like, "Go ahead, man. Yeah, I'd love for people to see it." So I did that, and it was great.
Sorry.
So I'm no, you're
right in the comment.
I didn't see the comment. So, yes, he has seen it. He is going to. He will be talking about that movie along with Barbie, which is funny because both movies are similar in a way, but
one that's each other way better.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, Brian mentioned you, Andrew. So that watch Poor Things for his 20-something viewing of Barbie. Yeah.
I did because Michael's gonna fly down here and kick my ass if I watch Barbie before I saw Poor Things again.
Yeah. So, and a few of the other movies on our list too. But yeah, we are finally reached that time. I gave us time to catch up on a few movies before we finalize the 2023 list, and now we all mostly feel like, yeah, we've got a nice finalized 2023 list for the best movies of the year.
Are you guys ready for the most shocking news?
What?
Despite my countless viewings of Barbie, I have seen the most movies that I have seen in a year this year.
Yeah, we would definitely
I find that to be quite ironic. The time that I've literally get obsessed with the same movie, watch it like 50 times in a row. It's like, oh hey, you broke the record for how many movies you've seen this year. I'm gonna break it. This year's 2024 though.
I unfortunately did not break the record, but my record is still in 2021, which is when I saw 194 movies in 2021.
I do not know if you're ever gonna be that. I'm still trying to get to 100. Like,
yeah,
and that's my goal for this year, and then next year will be like, let's see if I can get it.
Yeah, my goal. So I did 165 movies this year, but my goal in 2024 is to top the record, and I want to try to see 200 this year. That's my goal. So I'm going to try to do that. Means I'm going to see a lot of shit with a lot of good movies. So, but I plan on.
I wanted to put a movie on my list, but I just can't because I think it's more of a 2024 movie. Which one?
Which one?
Origin. I want to put Origin on my list, but
yeah, I mean, I
2024 list.
I did provide a picture just in case you put Origin on your list, but there are some movies that for example, one of my honorable mentions I will bring up just because I'm gonna like say, all right, it's kind of a light honorable mention because technically it releases this Friday, but I got a screener for it at the end of the year, so I watched it in 2023, and I included it in 2023 because of that.
I'm still thinking, but if I am going to include Origin in mine, it would be my second favorite movie of the year right now, Origin.
So you loved Origin, Andrew, huh?
I really enjoyed it. It may not be maybe my favorite because it felt important, but it did feel a little bit preachy at times, like a we get it kind of a thing.
That was me and Barty, but
We get it.
But I will say, I guess we'll just kick this list off. We will, I guess we'll start off around the going downwards and then up. So we'll start with Andrew and what he thinks, and it gives me time to I have to bring something inside the house real quick. So while y'all are talking about your movie, both of y'all are talking about your movies, I will go and grab something. But
are we doing honorable mentions right now?
Oh, right. So we'll do.
Can Ross go first? Can Ross go first? Because I still need to re-examine my letterbox for the honorable mentions I completely forgot.
Yeah, of course. Definitely, y'all talk about some honorable mentions. I will be right back. And then if y'all finish by that time, I'm not back, then Zaire can just go off his honorable mentions, and I'll tell my honorable mentions once I'm back. But I'll be very quick. So
Mr. Hello Kitty.
Yeah, Hello Kitty and Harley Quinn. That's
Harley Quinn's way better.
Well, hold on now.
No.
Hold on.
I love Harley Quinn. I'm on Team Harley Quinn.
Look, Ross, you understand. This hoodie right here, special to me. I don't know why I like it. I own two. Don't judge me. I own two.
Honorable mentions are Strays, Bottoms, The Iron Claw, The Color Purple, and then The Flash and Guardians 3. Those are honorable mentions. If I have any more, I'll let you guys know.
So Bottom, wow, okay. Wow.
And The Iron Claw barely didn't make my list. Barely didn't.
Some of my honorable mentions.
Barbie.
I'm gonna shock you guys. American Fiction just missed my top 10. It just missed it. It literally was in that number 11 spot. Number 10 is Leave the World Behind.
Wait, no. You're saying all your honorable mentions.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you said number 10 is Leave the World Behind. That would be in your top 10 then.
Yeah.
No. I meant to say next. Leave the World Behind. Going down. Then it was Spider-Verse. And then Nyad, and The Color Purple. I love all of these movies. And they were all really, really good. Especially American Fiction. That I was very surprised. I was expecting to put it low on my top 10 list, and I'm like, shit, I really can't, I really, really can't, I do not see there being a way that I move with one of these movies around, around. So yeah, that was really hard to do.
Oof. Guess I go. I don't know. Well. Oh, wow. Guess. Okay. Honorable mention. Wow. Okay. I guess The Covenant. That's a great movie. Number 12 will be The Iron Claw. It's outside my top 10. Still a great movie. Number 13 will be Spider-Verse. Still a great movie. Not my top 10. 14 will be Evil Dead Rise.
Andrew hates that movie. That'd be Andrew's worst movie of the year.
A little bit outside my top 10.
First, I have seen worse.
Yeah, me too.
I guess okay. Number 15 would be Polite Society. Still a good film.
I haven't seen it yet.
And I guess 16 will be Air. Well, it's Air.
Air wasn't even close. I didn't love Air like everyone else, but Air was good though, but it wasn't nowhere near.
Yeah, outside the top.
I loved Air when it came out. I loved Air when it came out in like March, and then it slowly went down and 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 down.
Yeah. Down and down and down.
Andrew, you would like the Iron Claw.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
There were just so many moon movies I would have seen again before that. Like I would have wanted to see Anybody But You and Aquaman 2, and even Ferrari.
To talk about the DC thing, though, I put the Flash my honorable mentions. It is I know, Mike. I know you didn't love the movie at all, but it's nowhere near picture Razzie nomination, is it?
Which one?
The Flash 2. I mean, no. I meant the Shazam 2.
Oh yeah, Shazam. Like they should have put the Marvels in there instead of Shazam 2, but
I think my biggest controversy of the year, like those things wise, is I think of this group I also enjoyed Dial of Destiny the most.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on my worst list.
So while I was gone, who all did their honorable mentions?
We all did.
Nice. You all did it? Okay, awesome. So I'll definitely go into our mind in just a second. But Brian says my honorable mentions for 2023 are Mutant Mayhem, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Blue Beetle, Oppenheimer, Fast X, MI, which is
Mission Impossible,
and Mr. Dress Up the Magic of Make Believe.
Wow, I need to know.
Are you talking about like Wonka or I don't know? I don't know what Mr. Dress Up and the Magic of Make Believe. That might be a documentary. I don't know. Let us know down below which one that is. But yeah, I'm gonna read through some of my honorable mentions real quick. So the one that might shock y'all is not my top 10. When I was evaluating my top 10 list, I took this out at the last second, but this is number 11 right here. Literally right outside my top 10 is 20 Days in Mariupol. Now, the reason why that one is not in my top 10 is because of the fact that I am never going to watch it again. Literally, somebody could hand me, say, Michael, I have $1,000 here in cash. Sit down and watch 20 Days in Mariupol with me, and I will give you $1,000 in cash. I'll say, give it to someone in dire need. Give it to a charity. I'm not watching that. Like, it is literally that hard to watch. I can't sit through this thing again. It's a phenomenal documentary, though, and it's in my honorable mentions. It's right outside my top 10 list, but it's not my top 10 because I would never, ever view it again. Like the other disturbing movies, such as Zone of Interest or Killers of the Flower Moon or something like that, I'll at least be able to see it just to see what I missed. It'll be hard to watch for sure, but I'll be able to watch them again. This one, and even if someone paid me money, I'd probably see When Evil Lurks again. That would be hard, but I'd probably see When Evil Lurks again, just even if someone paid me money to. But with 20 Days in Mariupol, that is one just because it's all real footage. I don't think I can ever bring myself to watch it again. So that one is 11 for that reason. Another honorable mention I want to mention is a cute and adorable, but also heartfelt and hilarious British comedy called Scrapper. This warmed my heart. It was excellent. This is a directorial debut from Charlotte Reagan and a great kid performance from Lola Campbell. And it also stars Harris Dickinson, who y'all would recognize from both The Iron Claw and from Triangle of Sadness. He's starting to have a really good career. It's about this young girl who's like living on her own. She's like even tricking SSI, SSI to show that, oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm living with someone. She tricks them into thinking she's living with someone. So, but then her estranged father comes into her life way later and it's this bond connecting relationship that they have with one another, and it's really beautiful. And then the other one, of course, is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, maybe the best animation I've ever seen in a movie. It's fantastic. The Iron Claw is another honorable mention I want to throw in there. Beautiful movie. Very heartbreaking, though. Priscilla is an honorable mention I want to mention. Better Than Elvis. This movie is a return to form for Sofia Coppola, her best since Lost in Translation. Yes, I said it, Marie Antoinette fans. This is her best since Lost in Translation. And then Oppenheimer is an honorable mention. Oppenheimer did not make my top 10. It's just outside, but it did not make it. The Boy and the Heron is 17 for me. So that's also outside my top 10. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is outside my top 10. Saltburn, Godzilla -1, and then just a few other ones I just want to mention real briefly are Monster, Totem, Asteroid City, Bottoms, Apollonia, When Evil Lurks, Beau is Afraid, Sanctuary, The Teacher's Lounge, Four Daughters, John Wick Chapter 4, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and How to Have Sex. Those are the that, and How to Have Sex, again, that's the one that technically I watched it at the end of the year as a screener access, but I'm also including it on my 2024 list, so you guys might actually see it when we do our halfway point in my top 10. But it's like it's just an honorable mention I wanted to throw out there for everyone. Also, Rylane, that's another honorable mention. But yeah, so those are my honorable mentions. Great year for film. 2023 was incredible year for film.
And then, funny enough, and the second half of the year was a lot better because I remember if we were talking in like May, like, man, this year is bad, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, man, this year is terrible, you know?
Once we got further into the year, it actually became a really great year for film.
Now, remember how I was having trouble finding movies for my top 10 at the middle way point of the year?
Yeah.
Now I have trouble for keeping movies out.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same with me. There's so many good ones. It's hard to keep them out of my top 10.
I agree. I agree. Like American Fiction was number 11.
Yeah, and that's saying something because that's a great film. That's another honorable mention I would throw out.
Oh,
there
it's not an honorable mention for me. No way.
Oh yeah. But when I developed my top 10, I thought about the movies that it was a mixture of things for me. One is how well made they were. Two was like the craftsmanship, but then two was just how much it made me think on it. So like if I couldn't get the film out of my head, if it just kept on staying with me, that's another reason. And another reason why I have this top 10 is because of personal attachment to it and just how personal it was to me as a whole, especially my number one. So I'm excited to get into this. But yeah, we'll have before we get started though, we got one more custom. Oh, it is a documentary. It says Mr. Dress Up: The Magic of Make Believe is a documentary about Canadian icon Ernie Coombs, who made the show Mr. Dress Up, which is a Canadian version of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and it's on Amazon Prime Video. I remember now glancing over that and seeing that pop up. Yeah, that looked very interesting. I will have to check that one out. Thank you for putting that on my radar, Brian. I'll definitely look into that because I love myself a good documentary. The only one that I really missed and I'm bummed I missed out on was Beyond Utopia. I do still plan on seeing that, but that was a documentary that was getting rave reviews from everyone across the board, and I was hoping to be able to see that before this video for you guys, but unfortunately, I was not able to get around to it. So, but it is what it is. I caught up on mostly everything I wanted to see before we did this video, so
I did everything. I got everything for the first time ever. Oh, I got a question though, Mike. Are we gonna do our worst of the year too?
I planned on it doing a separate,
good.
A separate video. There's just a couple more movies I need to catch up on.
Like one of them, we gotta find a day to watch together, right?
Oh yeah.
You should not suffer that alone. And
Which
then
which I'll probably do that with you one of these nights after work very soon because I need to watch it to prep for Austin.
Can I please tell you something though, Mike? You know,
What movie?
Ross was struggling to stay awake, and then if Ross's friends were there, he would have walked out 20 minutes in.
What?
Oh.
What
You
movie
know
was
about
it?
it.
It's Exorcist Believer. Yeah.
Oh, I saw that movie. It is terrible.
Oh, Andrew, it's as bad as I was saying, wasn't it?
Oh
It's
yeah.
so forgettable and boring.
No, an Exorcist movie should not be boring, should it?
No, not at all. Unfortunately, there are like 3 Exorcist movies that are boring. But
Exorcist 3 is good though.
Exorcist 3 is great, and the original is great. But
No, without question. But yeah.
but yeah.
Let's get to number 10. All of us. I got my number 10.
So we'll start off with again though. We'll go just in an order. We'll go from Andrew upwards, and then Zaire, then me. So we'll start off with your number 10, Andrew.
My number 10 is Bottoms, a movie that Michael recommended to me that I just felt was downright hilarious. Like Michael qualified this on being kind of like this generation's Mean Girls, or this could like have the potential of being like one of those movies, and to me it does, and it tackles it's more, you know, it's got more gay issues in it, you know, which I feel is really great, you know, and I like the for relationships in the movies. I like the connections and everything is just over the top enough for me to really enjoy it and have a relationship with all of the characters, and you actually feel for all of these characters, and there is actually some redemption in this movie that I also like.
Yeah.
So, I was very pleasantly surprised with Bottoms. I was like, wow, this is actually damn good. Thank you for the recommendation. Wow.
Yeah, we knew that we knew you would love it. I was like saying this is like Mean Girls meets Fight Club. It was like
I would love though. Okay, you know what would have put in my top 10 though is if there was a football Easter egg in there. You know how the teacher was a football player in real life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like during the Super Bowl run, you know, with the Seahawks, he hated like, you know, talking to media. So then like he kept on saying, "I'm just here so I won't get fined." But this one reporter he was friends with, she asked him, "So Marshawn, how you doing?" And he goes, "I'm fine." So then if he were to say, "I'm fine" in the movie, that would have brought it up to my top 10.
Oh, that's awesome. But no, that football sequence was really fun. And yeah, the movie overall was great. And I love the use of music. Like they had some nice throwback music in there.
And they
like Off
they
With Your
also
Head, right?
I love it. I love something else that they did in this movie that I forgot to say. I like it when they have little lines in this movie that have an impact at the end.
Yes.
Like kind of like the how in the beginning of my last year's favorite movie of the year, Glass Onion, where the character of Duke is like, "Is there pineapple with that?" Because Duke does not do pineapple, you know. So when they said that, it's kind of like, oh shit, that's what happened, you know, and it's kind of makes the movie feel even smarter. Like, okay, they wrote this, interweaving it right in there, you know, and how they like say it like very subtly. They're not banging your head into the ground with it, you know. Which
Yeah.
I know some of these words I'm saying right now are going to come bite me in the ass in the later on, but I honestly love this movie.
Yeah, it's great. And out of all the like, this was really the year of like raunchy comedies because we had like Joyride, Strays, No Hard Feelings.
No Hard Feelings was so fucking good. Like
it was.
Okay, I think the bottom was the funniest, then Strays, then No Hard Feelings, and then all the way down was Joyride.
It was to me. I just switch around. I just switch out Strays with the other movie.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about Joyride or which one?
I'm drawing a blank on it. The one that Jennifer Lawrence was in.
Oh,
No Hard Feelings. Yeah.
I love that movie too. So I love that there's raunchy comedies coming back, and I want more of them. Like I want more theatrical comedies. That's what I want.
And Bottoms to me was the best of the bunch when it came to the
that's what I said.
Yeah.
I agree.
It was fantastic. So Ross, what would be your number 10?
My number 10 is, might disappoint you though, I just like other movies better, was actually All the Strangers.
Nice. That's a good one. Yes.
This is a dark movie, and I love it because it's got a paranormal element to it too, supernatural. Yeah, supernatural element.
It does, yeah. It's and we'll definitely talk about it even more because it's
higher on your list, I know.
Because I adore this movie. It's fantastic. And so but yeah, it's very different from the book too. Apparently, the book it also was a ghost story, but it was like a ghost. This had some horror elements, but it was like a ghost. The book was like a straight up horror story. This was like a story about human connection with your loved ones, and it's very interesting. And I'm curious to talk about it later. And
yeah, we will.
So yes, further, and then we'll definitely deep dive into it once we get back into it further. But
it'll be higher up, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And then
I have not seen All the Strangers.
All right, well,
we should do a watch along then.
We should. That would be great.
Because you have it, right?
Top 10.
Yeah.
Well, my top 10 is Guardians Galaxy 3. Oh, 3, right?
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
It's like a Marvel movie. This is not like a Marvel movie. It felt like something different.
Yeah.
And
which is
more stakes were involved.
Absolutely.
And it deserves to be on your top 10 for only one reason alone.
Why?
It had Mantis.
Oh, Mantis, that definitely. Oh, Mantis.
You know what movie would actually be in my top 10 if it counted, but it can't? Reality. That would be in my top 10. I'm being.
But why can't that count?
Because it's a TV movie. I
mean, I still put TV movies on my list.
Counts.
Or whenever they come out, as long as it's a movie. It's a movie that was released because there's some movies out there that are straight to streaming, So
as long as it goes past an hour, it should be fine.
Yeah.
At least at the hour mark, at least.
That movie was really good, wasn't it?
It was fantastic. I thought it was really well done. And Sydney Sweeney was excellent too. So yeah, that would also be an honorable mention. Would be Reality. That was really well done.
Yeah. Now, what's your number 10?
He's really having a year.
Let's see. My number 10 is there's a film. This is one of the films I wanted to watch because I kept on hearing some things about it. And I wanted to watch this before I finalized my list, along with Zone of Interest. It's from this director, Hilner Palmason, and this is my first film from him. Everyone's been telling me to check out his other work, but it is called Godland. Now, this movie, I bought it on Amazon Prime because it was pretty cheap, and I plan on buying the Criterion Blu-ray as well. This is the most gorgeous looking movie I've seen this year. The cinematography blew me away. This is the best cinematography I've seen this year. It's the way the aspect ratio is in this movie is it's literally designed as a picture. Like it looks like a Polaroid with the way the aspect ratio is. And the reason they do that is because this is the synopsis for it. It says, in the late 19th century, a young Danish priest travels to a remote part of Iceland to build a church and photograph its people. But the deeper he goes into the unforgiving landscape, the more he strays from his purpose, the mission, and morality. And this is, it's one of those slow burn movies, but it's like meditative. You keep on thinking about it. The topics it brings up about religion, how toxic it can be, how important to some people it can be, how just the different aspects of it is fantastic. Just everything here, from the score to the sound design to the of course, like I mentioned, the cinematography was excellent. This was Iceland's pick for Best International Feature. Didn't get nominated. Wish it did. That would have been really nice. But this is truly a special film that has still stuck with me after watching it, and I can't get it out of my head. And it's truly a masterpiece, and I plan to revisit it over and over again. It's now up there with Barry Lyndon as like the movie I'm going to play in the background while I'm doing laundry, while I'm doing, cleaning up my room, doing something like that, just because it's like, those like smart, here's a good way to describe it. Those like smart TVs, how if you leave a smart TV on for too long, it like does those slideshows of art and everything.
Yes.
That's like this movie. And that's why I would leave it on the background if I'm doing like chores around the house or something. That's what I do with Barry Lyndon, because every frame of Barry Lyndon's a painting. And it's like the same way with this movie. So yeah, Godland is fantastic. Highly recommend it to anyone if you're into beautiful looking films, if you're into films that will make you think and contemplate, just films that will challenge you. This is just, and are very complex. It's beautiful. So yeah, Godland is my number 10. So it might go higher up on rewatches. So even though these films are ranked in the order they are, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to stay in that order after rewatches down the road later on in life. Who knows? Godland could shoot up for me. I've actually considered bumping it up to number 9, but right now I'll just keep it there just to have it where it is. But what is your number 10, Andrew?
Number 9, you mean?
Number 9. Yeah.
It's this little movie called Asteroid City.
Nice.
Now, I forgot who directed this movie again?
Wes Anderson.
Yes. This is my first time ever seeing a movie that he's done, and his style is very unique, and I loved it. Like visually and how it's shot, there are weird things, and like how he keeps on shots, where you see somebody walking from like a foot away, and he's walking, and they keep on the frame him walking and walking and walking and walking, and him answering the phone, kind of a thing. Like he does all of these weird and unique things that I love with the backgrounds as well, and I love that. I love how this thing is really like a radio show or like a play. And some of the lines from this movie were so awkward and weird, but they didn't feel awkward and weird. It helped. It made it feel like, wow, I am in a strange world. And I am watching this movie set in this strange world, like there is a scene for the girls find out that their mother's dead, and I forget it was either their father or their grandfather. It's like, you may hug me now. And I'm like, what normal conversation? It's like and with you may hug me now, you know. Especially when he's talking about his fucking death, you know. And the alien song is kind of weird, and how there's this alien guy that comes down and then he just leaves. Like, it's so weird. Like saying all this stuff should be like, I should hate this movie. Like, oh, it's too weird, you know. For the weirdness of this movie, I'm like, wow, I like the direction they're going with this.
You would like this other movie then.
Yeah, oh yeah, you would love if you love this one, you would love his other movies. Like, yeah,
because like I recommend that the three I recommend the most are Grand Budapest, The Royal Tenenbaums, Moonrise Kingdom, and Rushmore.
Also, Grand Budapest Hotel.
Maybe, yeah. I didn't love that one as much as everybody, but yeah. But the only one that I do not like is the Steve Zissou. It's too weird.
I was very thoroughly surprised with this movie. I loved it. It is weird, but it is a fun as hell time watching.
Yeah, anyone who knows me knows Wes Anderson's like in my top 20 favorite directors. I love Wes Anderson and love the stories that he gives us, the style that he has. This is probably one of his most poignant movies today, and it's probably his best since Grand Budapest Hotel for me. Like, I thought it was really fantastic. And he also did a short film this year, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, which was also excellent. He did like several short films. He did that, and then he did like The Swan, and then there was like one more that he did on Netflix.
There was one though that he did that was a long time ago.
Bottle Rocket?
No, a short. I forget what it was. So, you know, it's like set inside a French gas station.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I forget the name of it too. But
I watched that in my film class, and it was really good.
But he's going to finally probably win an Oscar this year before Best Short Film, so that'll be interesting. I definitely implore you, if you love this movie, definitely go check out his other work, because this is like maybe his fourth or fifth best, probably his fifth best movie. It's like he like has a lot of great films under his radar. So, excellent film. Definitely my honorable mentions. What is your number 9, Ross?
Number 9 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Nice, love that one.
I love it, you know, and it was my number 1 for a while, but then it just kept on dropping down and down and down. I still love it though. It's still a great movie.
Yeah.
It does, you know.
It does what?
You know, it just, you know, like it just does a lot without feeling too much, you know.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you mean by that. There's Across the Spider-Verse is excellent, so definitely recommend that one for you guys. And then do you have it on your list, Mike? I have it on my honorable mentions. I think. Do you have it on your list? Oh, it's actually an honorable mention here too. So actually, you're the only one that has Across the Spider-Verse. But yeah, it's excellent though. I love Across the Spider-Verse. It's barely
excellent movie. So don't remember the excellent movie.
Excellent movie. I own the 4K, and it is actually I can see it right here. I own the 4K Blu-ray of Across the Spider-Verse. So
Gwen's on there.
Yes, Gwen is on there, which
and
is
Crush.
So it's it's excellent. Maybe one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. It's an absolute masterpiece. So Across Spider-Verse, definitely a worthy one. What is your number?
Past Lives. This one is.
Oh yeah.
This one kind of hit me a little bit. I'm like, hit my soul a little bit. I'm like, man. I'm like, I did sympathize more with the other character though somehow.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah,
the guy. I felt really bad. I'm like, oh man. Really...
Yeah, but you know what the funny thing was though? I didn't think that, I gotta show you guys this. It ties into past lives. You know who I thought was in it though?
Who?
Dustin Hoffman's son.
Who was you saying was Dustin Hoffman's son?
The husband.
Oh,
really? Really? That's his son?
No, he's saying it looks like Dustin Hoffman
a little bit.
No. I'm saying that. I thought that's Dustin Hoffman's son. I thought that was the guy from Past Lives.
Oh, that's okay. That's Dustin Hoffman's son. You thought that was the guy.
Doesn't it?
It is the guy from Past Lives?
No, I thought it was him.
Oh, okay. That does look a little. That looks like him. Yeah, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, that's the guy that. Okay, that's not the guy from Past Lives, but that's Dustin Hoffman's son. And I thought that was the guy from. I thought Dustin Hoffman's son was in Past Lives.
I'm gonna be talking more about Past Lives later on.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh yes, and same here, definitely. Because it is absolutely excellent. My number 9 is a little film I watched all the way back in October, and I kept on having it in my mind because I watched it at the Virginia Film Festival, and it was in a packed house. People were laughing. People were having a great.
Step out real quick, guys. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. People were having a great time. It's the film I've honestly probably been thinking about the most when it comes to being just a complex story and just what it's about and the themes it was conveying. And that has to be May December. This movie was incredible to me. It's from Todd Haynes. It's a Netflix original. It's stars Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore. They're both delivering exquisite performances. Natalie Portman is the best she's been since Black Swan. Julianne Moore is probably the best she's been since Still Alice. And then the one that outacts them all, though, is Charles Melton, who should have been nominated for an Academy Award this year. I'm glad it at least got a lone screenplay nomination. Which the screenplay is absolutely well deserved. It's my second favorite screenplay of the year. It's very, very well done. This is, and Charles Melton finds a way in this movie to have like that seventh grader trapped inside of him. Like he still has that kid in him. And even though he's like a 30-something-year-old man, and it's such a well done performance, everyone here
Ashton brought up something though. Ashton brought up something about that too.
What?
Okay, maybe she noticed that like he would have had some developmental delays since he was a teacher.
Yeah,
and then she used that.
That's true.
Oh wow.
I think that's definitely something. Like it raises so many questions, doesn't give you all the answers, but it gives you just enough for you to be able to figure it out. It's complex how it handles,
and the score does work. People think
the score does work. It's very heightened. It's very melodramatic. It's very over the top, but it's like it's almost like Tar for me this year in the sense of like every time I watch it, I see a different genre in it. So like the first time I watched it was a black comedy satire. Second time I watched it was more of a drama. So it's very interesting to get that kind of a reaction out of it. And I just love the complexities of this about how we look at grooming and how the world looks at it and how some people will just think of it as a societal norm. Some people will think of you. Some people it'll change your entire aspect of how you view the person, and then also just some of the complexities of actors themselves. Like Natalie Portman takes it way too far in this movie at times, and it's fascinating. It's going into the psyche of an actor and how far they'll go for a role. It's some disturbing stuff, really excellent stuff from Todd Haynes. One of the best films that he's made in quite some time.
You know what the film should like delved into me though, which is why it didn't make my top 10. You know what?
What?
about the hypocrisy of grooming.
Yeah.
Because
That,
you know why?
Why?
People they kind of bat an eye. They don't get as mad though if it's a woman doing it to a boy. But the minute that a male teacher does it to a female student, they almost witch hunt. Yeah, they go after them. So.
Yeah, that would have been something interesting to explore as well. I think. I wish it could have gone into like some deeper territory there, but as far as what it did handle,
I got it. Yeah,
it was very, very well done. I thought so. Yeah. May December is my number 9. What is your number 8, Andrew?
I have to double check my letterbox. I think I remember what my number 8 was.
Oh no, he froze.
I think he's checking on his phone or computer.
Yeah.
And if he's filming from his phone, I think he's checking on his phone.
My dog is excited for us to talk about Anatomy of a Fall soon, aren't you?
That's going to be up on mine.
You like the doggy in Anatomy of a Fall, don't you? Yes, she does.
She say anything?
Oh,
she didn't say anything. No.
But now, Mike, on a side note, okay, he left. But guess what, Mike? Though,
what?
I went to SeaWorld today.
Yeah.
God damn, it's too much money.
How much is it?
Guess how much is a bottle of soda? Take a wild guess.
A bottle of soda?
Yeah.
$5.
$10.
I wish.
20.
Jeez.
$8 for a bottle of soda.
I was correct what my number 8 was.
What?
It's this little movie called It is The Next Goal Wins.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I heard they was pretty bad.
I didn't think it was that bad, but
I didn't see it though.
Truly, this movie is not really that deep. It's not really complex. It's not really like Asteroid City where it's got like weird writing or weird dialogue. It's not anything like that. But you know what this movie does have? So much heart and love. So much heart and love goes in to this movie. And I love the role reversal they did in this movie. Because you've got a transgender person in this movie. And and I've been hearing a lot about, and if in the media, we've been hearing a lot about, trans people that are transgender men becoming women and competing in women's sports, and that has been a controversy and everything. But this kind of goes another direction. This makes what if a woman became a man and competed in a man's sport, which I felt like which when they do this, I'm like, oh crap. I haven't seen a lot of this before, I have not seen a lot of this. And then I love the coach and him learning, about the culture and everything, and him learning about the team. And the ending means so much to me. Something that I haven't seen in a lot of sports movies, because usually at last minute the coach has to pull a new plan out of his ass, and they have to divulge and create and do this, do that. Where no, This guy throws the plan out the window and says, "Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Enjoy the sport." And they fucking win.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are movies that we're going to be watching
win.
like that too.
They win when they're enjoying the sport. And and I love that message. I love that message because that goes for anything. If you're passionate about like if you can be the best film critic in the world, and if you aren't passionate about film, you're not going to enjoy it, you know.
Yep.
So enjoying what you do is more important than the success.
Yeah,
And-
we're going to be watching a movie too, a sports movie like that. You know, about for its 30-year anniversary. Mike and I already talked about it, and then it's Little Giants. If you guys have ever heard of it.
Oh yeah.
I think I've heard of it, but this truly was a really great movie, and it was really, really funny. It's just a feel good movie. The one thing that I found to be a little bit weird is at every day at a certain time they pray and everything. Why did anybody tell the coach that looked obviously confused as to what's going on?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I didn't mind the actual praying part. I thought that was.
Oh no, that was not what confused me. What confused me is why isn't anybody informing him?
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of odd. And, you know, it doesn't, yeah, this film, I liked it. It's definitely is a weaker Taika film, but I don't understand the hate for it. I thought this film was really sweet, really charming. I loved the actor who was transitioning. I loved that performance. I thought the Michael Fassbender, it's great to see him back with The Killer, and then this, like, just delivering good performances. I think, again, and such, like, showing how good of an actor he is. So,
and something else that I liked is I like seeing the whole Hawaii laid back way of life, you know.
Yeah.
Where in America, it's work. Here it's like, oh, we don't work on this day. We don't work past this time, you know.
This feels like if Ted Lasso had a movie, this would be the movie kind of.
Yes. So I thoroughly enjoy this movie. If you're looking for a really great sports movie, like a really wholesome and sweet sports movie that's just gonna make you feel all the feels and just make you love the sport, then this is the sport for you. Then this is the movie for you. And I love the Samoan chants.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, that was fun. What's your number 8, Ross?
Beau is Afraid.
Great one. Yes,
I love this movie because, like, you know, like, it's hilarious, but it's also, you know, like, it's actually like one of the few films to get anxiety right.
That is true. Yeah, it's
Andrew, you didn't record did you finish it, Andrew, yet?
I took it off my list because I didn't finish it, so I took it off my list.
Oh, Andrew, you got to record yourself at the end.
I will.
Yeah, it's and you gotta definitely finish it at some point because Beau's Afraid is excellent. It's 3 hours, but does not feel like 3 hours. It flies by.
I'm gonna convince him to finish it. You want me to tell him?
What?
Andrew, you know a lot about Broadway, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a Broadway legend in it.
Oh yeah.
Guess who?
Who?
You ever heard of a little actress named Patti LuPone?
She is in this?
Yep.
Yep.
And she's really good in it.
But she doesn't show up till the end, so you have to.
So you got to watch it now. Are you excited?
So I will have to watch it just for her.
Yeah. It's yeah, and I do want to show Zaire because of the monster that shows up, just to get his reaction to it. You know,
when you told him he was walking out of the room.
I think he already knows. I think he already knows about it, but I want to show him.
There's a theory though that I heard about the movie.
What
that makes perfect sense?
What would that be?
The whole film is a death dream. Remember, as he's getting like submerged, and then and then it starts off with the heart beating, and then the heart stops.
Oh yeah. I could totally see that.
Yeah, now it makes sense, right?
It does make sense. And it makes it even. I like it's his final, and that would make perfect sense because it's his final moments before he dies, and then maybe at the end, I don't want to spoil it for Andrew because I know he hasn't seen it, but the very, very end, that final shot would represent the.
You know what else I thought it could be too, though?
Dying in real life. What?
Getting submerged by mental illness.
That's true.
But
I think that's...
they're the tattoo man in the movie. We call him Tattoo Man. You know why? Literally from here all the way down to his feet, tattoos.
Yeah,
he's like a nice person.
No,
like a nice person to me.
But yeah, no, it's Beau is Afraid is excellent. And it's one of it's so sad it went under the radar. It was like my most anticipated film of the first half of the year. And did not disappoint. It was excellent, and it's right outside my top 10 for me. It's I definitely recommend it to those who haven't seen it. It's like a horror film / comedy / just it's everything.
And it shows you too, Zaire. It shows you that like Nathan Lane will play a really good creepy serial killer.
Now. Zaire, what's your number 8?
Number 8 is Scream 6. Scream 6.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it though.
I have liked it too.
Yeah.
It gets worse with every rewatch for me.
I
haven't rewatched it yet.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I still have my issues with it. I've seen it twice now, and I still have like a big issue of mine is the fact that literally so many people in that movie just get stabbed like 50 billion times and don't die. But you know, and they said this time this one is different, and it starts out very different. Like I love the opening sequence.
It was great.
It was so good. And then once you realize, oh, that guy dies, and you're like, oh, okay, it's back to normal Scream again. And
I guess the killer though, from the minute that he showed up on the screen.
Yeah, I did too.
Because
they were
of
like,
the boy.
the only time it was, I guess, quote unquote, different was because of the 3 killers this time.
3 of them.
But yeah, so yeah, what did you think overall of Scream 6?
It's good. It's good. I wouldn't.
Yes.
I haven't watched it yet. Maybe I haven't watched it yet. I'm not going to rewatch it.
I'm a hardcore Scream fan, and I'll say for me, it definitely did please me. I liked every single Scream film.
So have I.
And so it's one of those things where there's not a bad movie in the bunch. However, I'm not that excited for Scream 7 now because of all the news dropping out about it. But it's like
the one thing though that like I don't believe though it is like how they said like Jenna Ortega, you know, like had some scheduling conflict with Wednesday.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because she's not coming back. Literally, it's not just coincidental timing that it dropped the day after Melissa Barrera was fired. Like that's not a coincidence at all. That is like, that was planned. She planned on leaving them after she was like, well, if Melissa Barrera is leaving, then I'm leaving. Like it was that kind of thing. So, and good on her, you know, standing up for a friend. So, there you go. So, for me, my number 8. Let me get to the banner here. But my number 8. Did I put it on here? Yeah, I did. It's right there. Okay. There we go. It is Anatomy of a Fall.
We'll get to that. It's way higher on my list.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
I haven't gotten to see it yet.
Fan-frickin' fantastic movie, a great courtroom drama that is just leaves you riveted, and just every single moment of this movie, from the writing, from the directing, from the acting, is just all perfect in here. And Justine Triet, I'm so happy she's nominated for the Oscar. She absolutely deserves it. And so does Sandra Hüller.
Oh,
like, you know a movie's well acted when a dog gives a great performance in this film. Like, where's the dog's Oscar for crying out loud?
It's an animal Oscar.
It's like,
Ashton though. Ashton like brought up a good point that I brought up. You know what?
What?
You never. Okay, I feel like I'm 95% sure what happened.
Yeah,
but you're not 100% sure.
Yeah, and I thought
then you're waiting for something to happen. Like, you're waiting for something to happen like the last 10 minutes, because like after somebody is, you're always expecting, like that they're going to screw up again or something,
Well, that's the thing, is it's very, people who said they had issues with the ending, I don't feel understood it, because at the end she's like, you're kind of, I thought, when you win a trial like this, you're expecting some award or something like that, or reward or whatever. And she's like, and you just win, you just go home, you just go to your normal life. And it's like, that's the thing, is that's what they showed us. Like, we might have been expecting something, but what we got was realistic to how the actual court is. And I was just fascinated at seeing the French courts and how France does it. And I was riveted. That one, I loved her lawyer, but then that one other lawyer was an absolute douche on a stick. Like, that dude was like.
Do you know who her lawyer looked like to me too? A little bit. This actor name. Have you ever seen Twin Peaks?
Oh yeah.
What's the big actor?
Kyle MacLachlan. He was also in the Flintstones, and then look, this guy.
Ooh. I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. But yeah, such a phenomenal movie. Best child performance too I've seen of the last 10 years. Like, legit. Like, if it was up to me, Mile Machado Grainer would be in Best Supporting Actor. If it was up to me, like, that phenomenal performance, and just the editing too. Best editing of the year. Just the way it's just developed, and how you're never bored. And this movie has no score. The only score it has, or quote unquote score, if you can even call it that, is the kid plays piano from time to time, and it's like sped up really fast. And sometimes they'll show like edits and stuff while he's playing the piano, but it's never has a score. It just leaves you in this chilly environment in the snow, and just it's such a riveting.
I looked it up too, and that kid is not blind at all.
Really? I thought he was a real blind actor.
No.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay,
good
then.
Performance on him, then.
Yeah, really good performance on him. Then. Jeez,
blind.
I thought he was actually blind in real life. Then, wow, that's insane. But yeah, it's phenomenal, and I've seen it twice now, and each time I watch it, it gets better and better. Like, on my rewatch, when I was watching with my mom, I was like, when we got to the certain point, the one scene with the dog, you know what I'm talking about? I was like, oh my fucking god, I know we are already here. I only feel like I've been watching this for an hour and a half. Jeez. I was like, it was so well paced and just so well made. As far as like filmmaking goes, this is like maybe one of the best movies of the year, period.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's so.
Are you excited to watch it now, Andrew?
Yes, I am.
You're gonna love the dog.
Oh yeah.
You the dog's name is, Andrew?
What?
Snoop.
And also, this is the only time you'll ever see a movie where a 50 Cent song is involved in a trial. This is maybe the only time you will ever see a movie where a 50 Cent song is involved in trying to solve a case.
Wait a minute.
It is very, yeah, it is, and it's very, very funny and very well done.
Wait. 50 Cent song in a court case.
Yep.
Yeah, and no, in Zaire, in a French court case.
In a French court case of all things.
Okay.
It's so great.
Rich Cork gave a 50 Cent song in there.
So what's your number 7, Andrew?
Number 7 to me is the best Pixar movie in years since Inside Out. It is Elemental.
Yes.
This movie, like over the past few years, Pixar has been okay. That was decent. That was cute. That was decent. This is the first time that I've watched one of their movies that I'm like, whoa! I felt so much. I have felt like I felt so much like let's start with the romance. Amber and Wade have such this like really cute relationship that few just love, and Wade is such a sweet character. One of my favorite scenes of the year is when he brings her to that place where she's always wanted to go.
Yes.
That I will get you. Why is she gonna go in a few minutes? But the relationship between her and Wade, picture perfect. Like it felt like a really good classic romantic comedy combined with a really good allegory for immigration and racism, like and normal, like not this again. But this time it actually works. Where if you see the fire people, they don't get along with the cloud people or the water people, and there's that whole thing about the bowing. And bowing, she bows to her dad at the end of the movie. That was beautiful. And the place that she wanted to go that she couldn't go, that was because Ember is fire, and they do not allow fire into this place. And it's perfect because even the dad, if you're watching it, they could have easily have made him the stuck-up prick. Oh, he doesn't see their love, where you're actually watching his character, you're like, you actually feel for his character too. You're like, wow, you're not just being an ass. You're actually a good character, and he's got reasons to believe the things that he does. Because normally, she's my daughter. I have to make sure that he's good enough for my daughter, Where in this movie, because there's that racism, like allegory and immigration in the background, you understand why the father is against it, and the animation is beautiful, the relationship is beautiful. This is just a joyful movie, best Pixar movie since Inside Out, 100%. It's on Disney Plus. Watch it right after this. Like, I'm telling you, you are going to have a great time. I am so sad that this is the one that had to underperform.
It actually didn't, though.
It actually didn't, though. Yeah, it stayed in theaters for like months. Because it actually,
I know, but because of its budget, it didn't make its budget back.
I thought I heard it did. Like it made it because it had legs. Like it kept on going. Like it was like the Greatest Showman kind of thing, where the Greatest Showman made only like 5 million opening weekend.
Okay, it was basically close enough to where I could say that it doubled its budget. You know why?
Why?
It cost $200 million, right?
Yeah.
And it made 496.4.
Okay, yeah. So it's a mild hit, pretty much. Yeah,
despite opening below
I think
projections, the film was ultimately considered by analysts to be a sleeper hit.
Nice.
So yeah. So so yeah. Highly recommend this movie. Everybody should see it if you're looking for a sweet message and a great time. You are going to love this movie.
It was great.
It was very well done, and I was someone who went into it. I didn't even see it in my main theater. I waited till it went to the Dollar Theater, and I was like, fine, I'll go check it out. And I had like almost bottom of the barrel expectations because I've been so disappointed with Pixar lately. And I went into this not expecting anything out of it good. The last great Pixar movie I saw was Coco.
Not me. I love Soul, so
I was made.
And I will admit, Turning Red, I actually enjoy Turning Red.
Oh God, I almost hate. I'm not ready to say I hate that movie, but I very much dislike it.
I didn't hate it, but it was not as good as some of my other favorite Pixar movies. This is on that level of where I'm like that tier. It is either right at that tier or it's right below. It's like in that level of okay, it's really close.
Yeah, but yeah, this is truly the last really good Pixar movie I think now that I can say I've seen was Elemental. It was the animation was beautiful. And I was surprised coming from the director of The Good Dinosaur, because The Good Dinosaur might be the worst or the second worst Pixar movie. Probably Cars 2 is the worst, and then it's Good Dinosaur. But
we're gonna know Buzz Lightyear.
I'm hoping that Inside Out 2. I'm hoping that Inside Out 2 can continue this positive momentum.
I'm hoping. I don't have a lot of faith in that one, but I'm hoping. I'm definitely hoping.
My Hawk's in it though.
She is. So that's definitely gets me a little bit more excited. So what's your number 7, Ross?
My number 7 is actually Past Lives.
Hey, and you and I can both hop to our number 7s because that is also my number 7 exactly. So we can talk about it right now. So yeah, what'd you think?
It's just, I love this movie. It's so good. And then like we were talking about being nominated for Oscars, like we hoped. Like I just said, please don't be another mass situation, but it wasn't, and I was happy with that.
Oh yeah,
because what was the biggest surprise nomination that it got? Which one nominated TOU?
BAFTA. That was great to see TOU nominated.
Good.
I'm disappointed the husband was shut out of every award show, but at least TOU got in there somewhere.
And then plus this was her first movie too.
And there is a movie that I watched at Sundance virtually this year that I hope doesn't become a mass situation, but I'm worried it might be. We'll have to see.
Because Andrew, did you ever see Mass? Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. But yeah.
Do you know who directed Mass, right?
Yeah, the hippie dude from Cabin in the Woods.
Yep. But this movie still is great, and then it could actually take a sci-fi spin if somebody wanted to remake it as a sci-fi movie.
I can see that. Yeah.
So they're showing their different lives together, kind of like how Everything Everywhere All at Once did.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And this is also from A24 who did Everything Everywhere All at Once. And they just do beautiful romance stories. And this is one of the best romance stories I've seen in quite some time. A beautiful story about connection. It is the only film in my top 10 alongside another one I'll be getting to very soon that I actually gave a standing ovation to in the theater, because when with Past Lives, I was the only person in the theater when I went to go see this, and it affected me so much that I gave it a standing ovation, and it was beautiful just seeing these two people and what their lives could have been at one point, and it just, that kind of theme really hit me hard. I wish Greta Lee was nominated for this movie. She should have been over Annette Bening.
Yeah, she was I think she's probably number 7 in terms of actress.
I think she was.
6 is Margot Robbie.
Yeah, probably.
But Margot Robbie will get her time, though.
Honestly. She will. Oh, yeah, she will. And Greta Lee eventually will get her time. She's too good not to have.
Hey, Ed, did you ever see the movie Mass?
No, but I'm going to say Past Lives will be showing up later.
You should see Mass, Andrew. Yeah. If you want to see great acting. And then, Andrew, do you remember, the nurse in Exorcist Believer?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine her and Lucius Malfoy just talking.
Yeah. It is some of the best acting ever, and none of y'all have seen it yet. I might do a review. I might do I've only seen 4 movies of Sundance. I might do a 4-way movie thing, but review thing. But I will say that
the one that Brian Rowe reviewed today sounds great.
Well, the one that I wasn't talking about was pretty much a lot like Mass. Is called Exhibiting Forgiveness, which is which has Anjanou Ellis-Taylor in it and Andre Holland, and they deliver the Mass level performances. They're really good in that movie, phenomenal in that movie. I hope they get some Oscar recognition. So.
A movie with her though would be a really funny watch along, with Anjanou Ellis-Taylor that Andrew would love.
Which one?
Undercover Brother.
Oh, we should watch Undercover Brother.
Have you ever seen it, Mike?
Oh,
I don't know.
That's not a movie, right?
It's like a blaxploitation version of
Denise
Powers. So they explain how the white man controls everything, right? Racial thing, and then the guy. So then Chappelle's character goes, "So OJ didn't really do it," and then they'll go, "Nah, hell no, I don't know about that."
That's fantastic. But
yeah.
No, Past Lives is excellent, and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. And I do want to throw in some interesting facts for you guys if you didn't know this about Past Lives. But apparently, Greta Lee said the director Celine Song, did excellent screenplay, excellent directing from her director.
First movie,
which just blows my mind. So. Celine Song apparently, Greta Lee was allowed to meet. The actor played her husband and TOU, but apparently they weren't allowed to meet each other on set until they meet each other in real life in the movie. So she had to keep them apart from each other. So whenever they meet each other in the movie, that's when they actually met each other for the first time, and that's why it feels so real and authentic.
That's the opposite situation of Titanic. Do you know why?
Why?
You know the famous scene of him drawing her nude, right?
Oh yeah.
She flashed him beforehand to ease the tension when they first met.
Oh wow.
Should have been me.
I wouldn't complain about that.
Should have been me.
I wouldn't complain about that either.
Should have been me.
But this movie, but the one that Brian Rowe was talking about, it is one that I think can make our list next year. It is called The Outrun.
Yeah, there's so many other movies at Sundance I wanted to see. That were playing theatrically. My Old Ass sounded fantastic. I wanted to see that one, and then I wanted to see The Outrun. And
do you know who I think could get? Do you know who I think could get nominated for an Oscar for it too? The 2 people. Do you know who?
Saoirse Ronan's one,
and then Stephen Delane. He could be Oscar. You know what else he was in?
What else?
Game of Thrones. He was Stannis.
Oh yeah, he's a good one. He's a good actor.
Yeah, but now wait, Zaire, what's your number 7? We forgot to ask you.
Yes. What's your number 7?
Okay. Well, Megan.
Nice.
Yeah. Megan's fun.
It's fun. It's great.
Are you waiting for Megan versus Chucky?
No, I'll pay to see that. I'll pay to see that.
No, really. I think it's going to be in the next season of Chucky or something. I read, right?
I think so.
I want that to happen. You know what? Bring Toy Story in it. I don't care. Bring everybody in it.
Yeah.
Bring every movie with toys in there. I want to see it happen.
Puppet Master.
Yeah. Okay, those movies creep me out. I've seen them and they freak me out. Especially the one with the Nazi stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what's going on here? Like, what is going on?
But yeah, no, Megan, named after my sister, is really. Well,
hey, Mike,
really
I got to show you something. Speaking of Chucky, guess what?
What?
Look who plays the quarterback in Little Giants. Look it.
Is that Chucky? He looks like Chucky.
Oh yeah, that's Devin
Isn't that
Sawa.
baby? Yeah, isn't that baby Devin Sawa though?
Wow, that is. I almost didn't recognize him. That's crazy. So yeah, what's your number 6, Andrew?
Number 6 is Wonka. Like,
I gotta go.
I am a sucker for musical theater like musicals, and I went into this expecting a decent little movie, maybe top 20 or 30, like good middle of the list type of movie, but no way in hell top 10. And then I'm sitting in that theater, and it's creeping up as it's going on. And then if we get to that you've never had chocolate like this, when they're doing that big dance number in the street.
Yeah.
I applauded after that musical number, and at that moment is when I knew, yep, this is definitely my top 10. Yep, that part right here solidified it. Like this movie's energy is off the charts, and I love that it's an original musical. Like I'm kind of hoping that with Mean Girl not doing so well, and The Color Purple, I'm hoping that is telling people make more original musicals.
Wonka's not original though.
I mean the songs were adapting from a Broadway musical.
Don't they literally have the "Come and See"? Oh,
yes, but the whole story, but the whole story is more original. So the sleigh is more clean, you know. So it's not like in Mean Girls where you go in and you're like, oh, they screwed up that song, they screwed up this, they screwed up that, not as good as the musical, no, not as good as the this, not as good as the that, you know?
Yeah.
Like you've got that slate to really just make that canvas your own. And it's like, okay, just the only thing is keep true to that, to the energy and the love of the original. Okay. And this movie succeeded with that in spades. Like there was so many good great moments, even from the opening when he's on the ship and singing, and then when the "Have You Got the Sweet Tooth," that song, I loved that moment. It hit me. It hit me in my heart, and I'm going to say this right now. Keegan-Michael Key, I do not know what it is. Whenever he is in a movie, I'm like, yes, he's in this. I am going to love his character.
I feel bad for Hugh Grant right now because apparently Hugh Grant said in an interview that all he's literally getting from like people, like he's only being pitched these very weird roles. He's like, and he's in that point of his career where he's just receiving these very strange roles, and he's like, okay, this is like, I guess I'm at this point in my career now, so you know.
So yeah, yes. This is that movie that you go see every year, and you're like, okay, this may be decent. This is probably going to be okay, and then like, whoa, that was so much better than my expectations ever could have expected. Like,
okay, but I want a sequel to this. You know why?
Why?
This is based on the Gene Wilder Wonka, right?
Yeah.
Two very different people.
That's true.
Two very different characters.
And also I feel like Jeremy Allen White needed to play Wonka just because he literally looks just like Gene Wilder. It's insane.
He does.
Doesn't he, Andrew?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Part two.
yeah. But what I find to be very, very funny is Timothy Chalamet has to literally go from this over-the-top musical comedy adventure
Yeah.
to this gritty, dark action.
There's one thing though that worries me about Dune though.
What?
Austin Butler.
What about Austin Butler?
If you watch that show, Masters of the Air,
yeah,
he's still doing the Elvis voice. He can't get rid of that.
I think the voice stuck like that forever.
Yeah,
maybe.
The thing is he said in like a Tonight Show interview that now he just talks normally like Elvis because he practiced for 3 to 4 years. And so he said that literally it's just his normal speaking voice now. Like he just can't help it. Like that's just how he just talks now because he just was he didn't necessarily method act, but he would talk like Elvis outside of the movie all the time to his friends to practice. And he just said now that's just his voice now.
Yeah, and that's a great show though, people. You should give it a chance too.
I need to check it out. I also love Barry Keoghan. So I need to check it out.
Oh, he plays an American in it.
Okay.
Ooh,
he plays American?
That's fun.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
And he does a great American accent, of course, but that's the only thing that worries me, is because that character would not fit with the Elvis voice, would it? And
as long as they keep him quiet, keep him silent.
Yeah.
So again, Wonka, highly suggested. If you love musical theater, you are going to have a blast with this movie. A movie, if you just want a wholesome adventure, you are going to love this movie.
So, what's your number 6, Ross?
I actually had to take a movie out because I realized that I had 11 movies. So I put in, I took out Killers of the Flower Moon because that's a little bit too long, and I put American Fiction as number 6.
Oh,
nice. Hey, okay, so both of y'all can go at the same time because he also has.
I love this movie.
Yeah,
and it's not too long, And then the girl from my TV show I watched, Living Single, was really good. She played the girlfriend, and then Ari was actually telling me though, is the romance is actually way, way better in the in the movie. Do you know why?
Why?
They meet, and then she sees him reading the book. He sees her reading the book, and he called her out on it. And that's the end of it. End of their romance. They meet one time, and he sees her reading it.
Yeah, that's true. So
no. I meant in the book.
Oh, in the book,
they meet one time, and then he sees her reading the book.
Oh no!
You like the scene where he yelled at her about reading the book?
Yeah.
Yeah, he yelled at her over that. I think that would make him more unlikable because he's not likable. He's not likable main character, is he?
He's not really. I mean, he's kind of egotistical, kind of cocky and such. But but I find it fascinating just the study on how the Black community is treated, just how people react to them, especially modern day society, just how they think, oh, Blacks are just as people who get shot in the street, just as people who, have to suffer. Like, oh, you poor thing. When they're a lot more than that, And so
yeah. There's like there's like black CEOs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll look it up though. Like the creator of FUBU, it's worth like $1 billion or something.
Yeah. So so yeah, it's and Jeffrey Wright was great. The writing is great in this film. It's Sterling K. Brown was excellent. Yeah, it's very well done. As
Great
a
actor Sterling K. Brown in this movie. I love him.
as a person of color, what'd you think of it?
Wow. I mean, it did hit a lot of things. I'm like, yeah, I'm a little mad about this, but I didn't go to the point where he went to with it. But I'm like, yeah, I know these things exist. Yeah, I know. What can I do? What can I really do in this situation?
Yeah,
like I know they exist. We sort of agree on the same things, sorta. I mean, sorta.
Yeah,
sort of agree, but at the end where she said, "No, that's a real story. It wasn't made up." I'm like, yeah, I can see that happening. I know people like that. I know people like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. He was a little bit blinded. I'm like, I won't say blinded. How would you say? He doesn't see it. Like,
yeah.
He's just so mad about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. That's a real experience.
Yeah.
But then again, he wasn't a stereotype neither. He wasn't a stereotype. He was actually, I guess, well spoken, articulate. But it also was his downfall. To like that was his downfall.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it was great.
Best moment of the year. Awarding him the book. Fuck. Best part of the whole movie.
That's a great idea.
Best part of the whole movie.
We could. How about with the fuck with the PH?
Fuck. Hard F.
Hey, Mike, you know what I found out too? Though I was just looking it up. Jeffrey Wright, right? He was in one of our favorite video games of all time.
Really? Which one?
Last of Us 2.
Wait,
was he? I forget his name.
Hold on.
I forget who he was.
Isaac Dixon.
Isaac?
Oh yeah, he was Isaac Dixon.
How did I miss
now.
that?
Yeah.
Wait, was it his voice or his likeness?
That was awesome. It was his voice and his likeness, I believe. Yeah.
How did I know he looked like that?
Yeah, it's
Did the game do that good?
I guess so. It's but yeah, they should get him for Last of Us because he's pretty much the same age. They should get him for Last of Us Season 2 to play Isaac. That'd be fun. Yeah, that would, fantastic movie though. My number 6 is one I know is going to be mentioned by quite a few people here later on, but I absolutely love it, and that is The Holdovers.
Oh my god, we'll talk about that later.
We can talk about this.
Yeah,
talking about The Holdovers.
Yeah, this
in a little bit. We'll be done.
We gotta get someplace to talk about that.
That is, yeah, it's this movie to me was just absolutely exquisite, and just there's films out there that are well made. There's films out there that are just that make you think, that are excellent, but then there are films and that come around so very not very often, and this is one of those films where they don't make them like this anymore. They truly, like, when you hear that phrase, they don't make them like this anymore, that applies to The Holdovers. Like, this just has that beautiful nostalgia going back to the 70s with amazing performances from Paul Giamatti, Dominic Sessa, especially, and the one that steals the show, Divine Joy Randolph. I thought all of them were excellent, and following these three characters and their lives, and it's almost like a modern day Dead Poet Society, and
yeah, definitely,
it's very, very beautiful. So,
you don't get movies
with one of my favorite scripts of the year. It's so quotable. I definitely recommend The Holdovers. I know we're going to be talking about it again down the road. Just got bumped out of my top 5 just barely because of one movie that I saw very recently, but it is still excellent in my top 10. Definitely recommend it. And I hope Paul Giamatti wins the Oscars for it. Honestly, I said overdue Oscar for him. So there we go. So yeah, that is my number 6. And so what is now we're in the top 5, people. So this is fun. We're about to wrap things up here with top 5. What's your number 5, Andrew?
My last theatrical experience, Poor Things. Let's start with the obvious. The acting. Emma Stone, does so good at playing this woman inside of it, this baby inside of a woman's body, experiencing life for the first time, completely unfiltered. Few would think that, oh, this woman's a bitch, this woman's this, but as you see, she is learning. She is, she is an infant, and she's not doing really anything wrong. And then you have William Dafoe, also doing an amazing job as the father, walking the line of good person and bad person at the same time. Like, you can obviously see that he cares. Then you just know about all the shitty things that he's done as well, all the morally reprehensible stuff that's like that. And then you have Mark Ruffalo, who has playing this absolute dick. He has so much fun playing this character. And they're 2 separate performances. I don't know why would give the award to. 1 minute I'm saying William Dafoe, and then the next minute I'm saying it's Mark Ruffalo. And the writing is great. I really love the writing, but what really sends this movie home is Emma Stone's boobs.
Oh, a lot of them too.
I saw a lot more of her that I need to see.
But in all seriousness, the technical stuff.
Oh yeah.
Actually, right after he saw it, he texted me and he says
they did.
He says that take away Barbie's best production design Oscar.
Just that
I'm gonna talk about more of that. Like, Barbie set design is amazing, and I love the look of Barbie Land, but this place, my God, whenever they go to a new location, you can feel like, okay, here looks more goody, okay, here looks more watercolory, and then they go to another place and it looks really yellow.
And the reason why it tops Barbie for production design, and Barbie had great production design too, but the reason why it tops Barbie for me is because every single location is that way. While whenever in Barbie, once they get to New York, it's like, oh, okay, it's basic New York City.
You mean it's in California?
I'm in California. Once they go to California, it's just basic California. It's not like an impressive design there, but yeah.
And I can agree with that. And really, the technical moments is what really pushed this ahead of movies like Wonka. As soon as I saw all of that beautiful stuff, I was like, okay, this is beautiful. This is amazing. I loved it, and I would just watch this movie on mute just to look at all of the pretty backgrounds and all of the beautiful colors that are used in the movie.
Yeah.
And my favorite sweet moment in this movie is when she takes all of Mark Ruffalo's character's money
Favorite scene.
Yes, it just gives it to, the way he reacts, just being like,
because she sees all of the babies in need.
Yeah.
Like he puts him in situations. You're the mind of a child. What are you doing? You put yourself in this situation.
Yes. So that so all of that stuff, all the acting, all the visuals, the very, very weird and bizarre story, and the characters was enough to put it right at the entry door of my top 5.
For sure. No, it's excellent. Would definitely be mentioning that one again very, very soon, because I also really loved it. And so did Ross. I know that's for sure.
Oh, it'll be on my list. It'll be on my list way higher though. Way higher.
Oh, yeah.
I mean not way higher, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So speaking of Ross, what is your number 5?
Oppenheimer.
Nice.
I'll be talking about Oppenheimer very soon.
Oh, so you like? I still do like it, but it's like it is long, but it's worth it, and plus there's some controversy I see people bring up about how every single Jewish person in the movie is Jewish, played by Jewish actors except for Oppenheimer. I'm thinking his performance was just so good that I can overlook it, So yeah, he's amazing, and the movie's 3 hours, but it's not boring really.
Yeah, I agree. You're riveted the whole way through.
And the ending is always the scariest ending, I think, of the year.
For me, it might be the second scariest. There's another movie that I'm going to talk about soon that you and I both saw recently.
Yeah, but but still, but I think the What If is scarier though too.
Oh yeah, the What If. That's true.
Because I've created a chain reaction. You see all the nuclear bombs going off.
Oh yeah, no, that's
there's some people though that think Robert Downey Jr. is actually Razzie worthy in it.
Really? Razzie.
I could think of 2 people.
Who?
Okay, one of them is the gay couple that we watch. You know which one? Fish Jelly.
Oh my God, no.
And then Chrissy Lemire.
What a stand is that? They
what
the
fuck?
Us.
No,
they gonna stand us.
It's
standards on this apparently.
It's what? No, he's one of the highlights of the movie. That's ridiculous. I don't get how people think that, but I know we will be mentioning Oppenheimer again soon because it's on both their lists. So that'll be
is it
fun.
on yours or is it honorable mention?
It's an honorable mention for me. It's just outside my list.
Yeah, but it's way. I prefer Oppenheimer to Barbie and Barbenheimer by far.
Oh yeah, by far.
What about you, Zaire?
It's on my list. Definitely, it's on my list.
It's definitely on his list. He'll get to it. It's high up on his list, but
and it's very high on my list.
So, all right. For your number 5,
When Evil Lurks. Oh my God,
I haven't seen this yet. It's on my list.
It's so.
No! I meant though. I do want to see it. It's just it didn't.
I'm gonna tell you, it's disgusting.
Oh,
it's just disgusting. It's just.
Oh yeah,
it's disgusting. The characters make mistakes.
But what's great is they make mistakes, and it's not the typical trope of oh, look how stupid that character is. They make mistakes because they genuinely believe they're making the right decision.
Yeah.
That's
in that horror movie that you were mixed on this year, Mike, too, right?
Yeah, Talk to Me. Yeah.
Talk to Me, they make mistakes, but they think they're being smart,
Yeah. And it's because a lot of horror movies are making mistakes, but it's just you're how are you fathomably a human being this? How can you even but this one, you're not thinking that. You're not thinking how are you this dumb? How are you this stupid? You're scared for them for making this decision because it's going to be terrible. And it's
they made the stupid mistakes that wasn't even close to make my list though.
What?
The Boogeyman.
Yeah, that's another one too. Yeah.
No, they made stupid mistakes in that.
Oh yeah, actual stupid. Yeah.
You didn't turn on the lights,
Yeah, it's I can definitely see that. But yeah, this one was was so well done, and like America would never dare make a movie like
The levels of physical, like the physical effectiveness were nauseating.
Yeah, and all I'll say, I'm not going to spoil the scene for you guys. All I'll say is, I literally yelled out loud, "What the fuck?" after a dog does something in the movie. There's a dog in the movie, and once the dog scene happens, I was just completely in shock and awe. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I full on jaw was on the floor. I was like, "I can't believe they're going here."
Zaire though, about the horror movies though, Zaire though, like actually gave me one of my biggest laughs of the year about the Boogeyman. When I asked him like if he jumps, and like he says, "Oh please," he says, "us black men," he says, "we don't jump. We just have reactions." And then Mike was like, "Bro, you jumped. Did he jump?"
No, he didn't.
Oh yeah.
No,
Did you ever see Talk to Me, Zaire?
When he watched Barbarian with me, there's a scene in Barbarian. We watched it in theater. There's a scene in Barbarian. I think it's the scene where like she breaks out of the door or something like that. She comes out running. He literally shouts out loud. He's like, "Holy shit!" He literally does that out loud.
You got to get his reactions to Talk to Me. Did you see Talk to Me?
No, I'm waiting for it to stream. When is it coming to fucking Paramount Plus? I'm waiting for it to go to
HBO Max now. I think.
Max.
Oh, HBO Max. Yeah, I know that's starting, but I don't know when the deal is starting.
I don't know, but Zaire, you're gonna freak out.
Yeah.
Because like Zaire, like it's about this like embalmed hand, and
So
they say
the monkey paw, right? Is it based on a monkey paw or
no? And then they say talk to me, and then like let me in and do what happens. They let a demon inside them. And possess them.
Talk to Me has like, I had my issues with the film, but it has the best ending to a horror movie of the last 5 years. That ending
you're gonna get freaked out.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Won't he?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm eager to rewatch it again too. It's definitely there's definitely a few films still in 2020.
He's gonna freak, won't he?
Oh yeah, especially the foot scene. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh God, yes.
I have to record his reaction.
Okay, Zaire, you've seen The Sixth Sense, right?
Yeah.
Remember the burned teacher in it?
Yeah. Okay.
On the foot, Zaire. On the foot. Look at me. Look at your face, Mike. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have enough foot stuff out here on the NAR as is. I don't want to see it.
Oh yeah. But What Evil Lurks is definitely an honorable mention for me too. It's the best horror movie of the year.
You think I like it?
Straight up horror movie that I've seen this year. Oh yeah, for sure. But just know it is like disturbing. Like it is
the level
if America tries to remake it, I'm not going to watch the American remake because then there's no. It's like it would be like Martyrs. How Martyrs had an American remake that was tame in comparison to the original.
How they announced the
original Martyrs. The original Martyrs is still the most disturbing non-documentary film
It is
I've ever
disturbing.
seen.
That movie's disturbing.
So
way disturbing. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah. So, but then this one, it's like this one's also up there. So, yeah, it's a great watch. My number 5 is, we just talked earlier about a long movie. Well, mine is Champion of the Long Ones because it is Killers of the Flower Moon. This is, to me, just an absolute excellent film from Martin Scorsese. It was my first Martin Scorsese film in a theater, and I'm glad I got to see this in theaters. I rewatched it again on Apple TV Plus. It held up just as well. Lily Gladstone is like the MVP of this film. I hope she wins the Oscar. She's fantastic. Giving such subtlety to her performance that is, but like a great subtlety. Like in the scene, one of my top 5 favorite scenes of the year, which is the scene when Leonardo DiCaprio is saying, "I've done it. I told the truth. My soul's clean," and she's like, what was in the medicine you gave me? He's like, what? And he's like, the medicine, what was in it? He's like, insulin. And then she just gives him this subtle look and walks away. It's like those kind of looks that she gives that are just so excellent in this film. Robert De Niro is the best he's been in ages. Of course, people were saying that like Leonardo DiCaprio is bad in the movie. I don't see that at all. I think he's great. I think he's really well done in this film.
But I'm not mad he wasn't nominated though.
Yeah, that's same. And then, but Jesse Plemons also is excellent in this. Everyone does a great job. And for all this complaining that a white person told this story, guys, the white person that told this story might just be the greatest living director out there. And so be grateful that the greatest living director told a story of your people better than any person probably of your color could be able to tell it.
Yeah. Zaire, did you see it?
And he never makes it a white savior kind of thing. He makes it honoring them, and you never are bored from any frame. It's 3.5 hours, and I was riveted from the first frame to the last frame of this movie.
Yep.
All the way through.
It barely missed my list. I had to switch it out for American Connection, but it was on my list for a long time. Zaire, did you see it or no?
No.
Zaire, okay.
It'll be coming back to theaters, and I might show him it whenever it does the Best Picture thing. So
yeah, because like Zaire, the movie started at 12:50, not the preview. The movie started, exactly at 12:50. Zaire, right?
Okay.
Got out at 4:18.
For me, I went to a late show, so we were going to a 9:30 show of the movie, and with trailers, the movie didn't actually technically start until like 10:05 or so, or something around, or something around there, or 10:10, somewhere around there. And so we got it. Yeah, we got out around pretty much 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was like, wow, okay.
Yeah,
so
because like Zaire, the movie started at 12:30. The previews did, but then it was at 12:50. So then that was my whole day basically.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, but it's a brilliant film. Absolutely one of the best of the year, and I'm grateful that Martin Scorsese can still make masterpieces like this even at his age. So it is.
He might be working with the GOAT too.
Yeah.
You know who?
Who?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, he might be working with him. You said?
Yes.
Oh, so Daniel Day-Lewis is coming out of retirement?
Well, okay. You remember the Jesus film, right?
Yeah.
He might be playing Jesus.
Wait, what?
That would be cool.
Hold on.
If that is the case, maybe he's like, hey, maybe they're both planning to retire with that film. Maybe he was like, hey, Martin Scorsese, if you retire with this film, then I'll make this my retirement film.
And it's gonna be 80 minutes long too.
80 minutes. Wow, that's short for Scorsese.
How would that work with
Jeez.
It's a Jesus film.
That's
minutes?
Short for Martin Scorsese. That's shorter than After Hours. That's shorter than Both. Is that shorter?
But think about it, though. Okay, his last two films were over 3 hours plus.
Yeah, I expected at least though 2 hours and 20 minutes, something like that. I didn't think freaking an hour and 20 minutes. That's crazy. Okay, well. Oh,
so Andy, did you like the movie?
I did. I did. It's not my top 10, but I did really highly enjoy this movie.
And I love Silence, and all of his religious films are excellent. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to his next film.
80-minute Jesus film? Yeah. 80-minute Jesus? How would that?
Just it.
80 minutes.
Yep. They shall see how it works out. But no, I'm talking about working with the GOAT. He did work with the GOAT. Jack Fisk, who did. He's the production designer for this, and that man's done some great films like There Will Be Blood, and some other. What else?
This movie though made me feel disgusted too, though.
It did, yeah.
Because the scene, where they're being all nice to them, and that they have the ulterior motives.
Oh yeah, that was definitely made it hard. So now we're on to our number 4s. So, Andrew, what is your number 4?
Number 4 is The Holdover for me. Now, this was. I agree with all that you said. It very much does remind me of Dead Poet Society and movies that are not made as often nowadays. And I just first want to say, I love the winter environment of this movie. All of the snow just makes this movie feel a lot warmer and more holiday-esque, you know. And I love the idea of family that this movie has, you know, like making family where you can, you know, kind of a thing, you know, but then basically this teacher and this student and this like cafeteria worker have to become kind of a family of the vacation. Vacation, and I love that, and I love that. It is a movie that starts out really good, then it gets great as it becomes the three of them. And I love the interactions in this movie. It is really well written. It does that really phenomenal thing of combining really good drama with really good comedy as well. That's like, wow. That is hard to do. Take this serious, in-depth moments and combine them with levity. That is great.
Oh yeah.
And there's just so much heart and love to every single frame of this movie. The teacher reminded me of. Have you guys ever seen Boy Meets World?
Oh,
yeah.
Mr.
I own a. Yes, I even own a very, very strange Blu-ray of it. But yes,
Mr. Feeney.
If Mr. Feeney was to be made nowadays, it would be this teacher.
He actually reminds me of another teacher, which I'll go into when I say my.
Right.
I'm thinking of About a Boy, but I have seen Boy Meets World too. Yeah.
You should watch. You know, like.
I just loved it. And Divine Trace Randolph, fucking phenomenal in this movie. Everybody does so good. Dominic Sessa, especially because this is his first acting performance. I'm like, wow.
And he got a BAFTA nomination too.
If this is his
first one,
if this is his first performance, I cannot wait to see what else he's gonna bring.
I think he was number 6 for best supporting actor. I really do.
With more time, cannot wait to see what more he'll bring. So that is why this movie's number 4.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I love the holdovers. What is your number 4, Ross?
My number 4 is the most like except for like was the last 2023 movie I saw in theaters, right? And it's the most disturbing movie of the year.
Oh, and we're definitely gonna mention
The
that
Zone
again.
of Interest.
Yep, love this movie.
Still need to see it. That and Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah, no, I adored The Zone of Interest.
Andrew, you're gonna hate a scene in it.
Which scene?
The flowers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I told Jordan about it because like I put it. That's why I said that's why Mike and I are are not are saying it's the most disturbing scene of the year.
Oh, you told him like the reason it's the most disturbing scene?
Yeah, I explained the scene to him.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that, and you could also contention the ending.
Yes,
to be the most disturbing scene of the year as well. It's like because that. I'll once I get to it, I'll definitely describe my thoughts on it. So I got some things to say about it, but yeah, it's a film. All right, this is excellent.
Did you notice something about it too, though? And don't worry, it's not a spoiler at all, in my opinion. Okay.
All right.
Okay, you guys have seen the trailer, right? Andrew and Zaire.
Actually, I don't think I've shown him the trailer.
Right, you've seen the trailer, right, Andrew?
I've seen some of it.
Do you know how the trailer, like is like all in a wide shot and you never see the really get a good look at the characters' faces?
Yeah.
That's the whole movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
You never get any close-ups. The closest thing you get is her trying on the coat.
I need to send you a review because I don't want to spoil it. It's a spoiler review, but I don't want to spoil it. But there's some things about like, when he's in the canoe and he's struggling, and it's like talk about like how themselves are riding the current, the wave of like just is like starting to swallow them and all that stuff. And it's just like how it's like there's so much metaphor. Like it's such a visual. It's the definition of like visual storytelling. It's very well done.
And then the beginning, like with him in the underwear, this guy says that's supposed to be the master race.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was his haircut bothered me in this movie. His haircut bothered me.
No, it's bad, Zaire. I'll show you.
Like it's an awful haircut.
That was his haircut. Oh God, cause his haircut.
But it's an absolute masterpiece.
Just show me his haircut. Please tell me it's not.
Okay, this is a zoomed in on it.
Oh, literally, the message came through right as you were trying to.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let me guess. Okay.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's so terrible. Bad. Yeah, his haircut was atrocious in the movie. He was like, he was like a discount Cillian Murphy in it almost.
But he was great.
But he was phenomenal. Sandra Hüller was also great.
See, this is about the view you get of the character.
Yeah, that's pretty much the view you get of the wide shots.
Yeah,
it's not even fish islands. It's just wide shots.
I'll show you too. I'll show you the closest we get. Yeah,
But they do something also with infrared kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was at first I thought it was an issue with my projector, and then I was like, oh no, this is actually how the movie is. And then there's a couple scenes I thought I had an issue with my projector, but that's just how the movie is, and it's just so well done.
Okay. That's the closest you get to a close-up.
You get to the characters, and that's what I mean by the visual storytelling is you're on the outside looking in. Okay. That's what at these people's lives.
You know what that coat is? Do you know where they got the coat from? Right? You know where?
Where?
At when they took the Jews to the concentration camps.
Oh wow!
They took all their clothes and everything from them, and they had them put on the clothes.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oof. But yeah.
Yeah, Desire. The crazy thing about it, Desire. Like how most Holocaust movies, how they'll show you the violence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never see it.
Yeah, you never see it,
but hear it.
You hear it. The sound design, you can hear people screaming in the background, and you hear gunfires.
It's even worse.
And you hear all that stuff all throughout. And the thing is you're following these Nazis in their lives, and so you're seeing these people unfazed by it, just living their normal lives, just the absence of horror in a way. It's horror with the absence of care, I guess you could say. That's what it is. It's just it's so haunting. It is very, very well done. But yeah, definitely.
Is it on your list, Mike, yet?
Oh, we'll talk about it. Trust.
Okay, I know what it is. Then
it's definitely higher up on this, but yeah. So that is. That was your number 4. So what is your number 4?
Dumb Money.
Oh yeah.
I was not a fan of that movie.
Oh come on, man! Don't be like
I never saw it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It was really fun. I enjoyed it.
It's a fun film, not that serious. It's not super serious.
Yeah,
it's not super serious. I mean, I was around for this one.
Yeah, we can actually say it's a true story that we both lived through.
I was around for this true story.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of personal stuff with this movie right here. I mean, I didn't watch The Guy actually on YouTube, sadly. Man, I should have. I didn't watch it on YouTube. I should have. I would have had the money, but hey.
Yeah. It lost me as soon as they started playing Megan Thee Stallion and stuff.
Okay,
like
that part I didn't like.
And Cardi B with me and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't like that part. Those two, I'm like, it's several.
But music also is everything. Like,
Yeah.
you have to get past the music, and then but the story and script is well written. And
I mean, it's Seth Rogen.
It's very,
It's also
like
Seth
The Big Short style kind of film. So
It's Seth Rogen. He likes rap music. He's a big fan of rap music. I know Seth Rogen is.
He is, yeah.
New and old, so it's.
But yeah, and the ensemble here is great. Everyone was really getting into it. So yeah, Dumb Money ain't dumb. So
we should listen.
That's my fault. And we are drinking a Ham's beer, by the way, which one, they should sponsor us. Two, also they are referenced in the movie because Paul Dano orders a Ham's. So there you go. But yeah.
How was Anthony Ramos in it? He's in it, right?
Yeah, he is. Also, Dane DeHaan is almost unrecognizable because he wears a COVID mask almost the whole movie. And so then he takes it off at the end, and I was like, that's Dane DeHaan? I was like, what? Like, my face was like, I was shocked that Dane DeHaan was in it.
He's a great actor.
He is. He's excellent. So now we are in our top 3, getting down to the nitty gritty, guys. Getting down.
Wait, what's your number 4?
Oh wait! Oh shit! I totally forgot about myself here. Okay, my number 4 is the one that that Andrew talked about last time, and that is Poor Things.
We'll get there.
Oh yeah, I absolutely adore this movie. I just think the style of it. Again, yeah, the style is excellent. The Emma Stone delivers a performance that is extremely hard, by the way, for any actor to do that and pull it off. She has to start off as a baby and then become a teenager and then become a full-grown adult. Like, she has to go through the cycles of life and be convincing. And that is hard. Like, her performance is a challenging one, but she does it like it's like as easy as breathing for her. That's how good she does it. It is such a fantastic.
She was Oscar worthy in like Easy A.
Oh yeah, and I will say I would not be mad if she did win her second Oscar for this, because
neither would I.
Yeah, because she absolutely would deserve it. And Willem Dafoe is like the heart of the film, I feel, because there's just so many heartfelt moments between him and Bella. But also, you like are he's a complicated person, but you care for him. And then Mark Ruffalo, of course, he's the funniest part of the film. You just have a blast with him. Just calling her.
Did you know that? Did you know that he didn't even want to do the movie?
Really?
Why?
He was like uncomfortable the whole time. So then, so then the director said, "I want you to play it like you're pissed off at her because you're so uncomfortable." And that's how the performance came to be.
You know what I thought about? So there's some controversy around this film that there's so much sex in it, and that Emma Stone starts out with a baby brain. And people are apparently mixed on that because they're isn't that almost like grooming? But if you think about it in a way,
an adult, though.
she is an adult, and she's in that puberty phase during that time. She's in her teenage phase, discovering that kind of thing at that time. But also, Mark Ruffalo is the only person she really, other than she does have the people in the brothel, but that she's older at that time. She's like college age. She's developing at that time. But but when it goes to her and Mark Ruffalo when she's younger, he's the only person she has sex with, and you do hate his character. Like, his character is despicable. He's a scumbag, and so I feel like that's almost a good thing if he's going to be a groomer, for him to be a scumbag. So you hate him and he gets his comeuppance and it's actually, and he gets what he deserves in the end. And it's really well done. So, and of course, another actor shows up in this movie. I'm not going to spoil who because he's not in any of the marketing, but I love the actor. And he now, with Margaret Qualley, and anyone who's seen Sanctuary, I probably can guess who I am talking about, but he's now in the 2 horniest movies of the year.
He could play though. He could play Chris. He could play Adam. What's the guy's name? You know, from All the Strangers. Andrew Scott.
Andrew Scott. Yeah.
He could play Andrew Scott's brother in a movie.
I can see it. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. But yeah, Poor Things. It has a style to it. It's so well written. The score from first time composer was like elevated every single scene. The cinematography, the sets, the costuming, the backdrops, because it was like filmed with like backgrounds sometimes too, like the Wizard of Oz was and such, and that was beautiful. And there's just the use of color, lighting, just every single thing about this film. And I've not stopped thinking about it since. It does Barbie's message about independent freedom of women better than Barbie does. Like, it is definitely.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Gave him a cup of tea, but I agree with it though.
Yeah. It's a lot deeper of a film than Barbie as well. And one of the most deepest films of the year, and complex films of the year. And I love films that challenge you and make you think, but also can just entertain you and be so funny. This is maybe the funniest movie I've seen this year. There's some laugh out loud moments in here, like the "I must go punch that baby," or it's like, oh, I want to keep it in my mouth. It was revolting, and then it's like,
or the beginning.
I say that to my husband Todd every day. Oh, because of his penis. You know,
this one. Remember, that's all I'll say.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Furious jumping.
Furious jumping. Yes, and there's some.
A lot of
yeah, so
Gerard
much.
Carmichael is great in it.
Yeah, Gerard Carmichael shows up in there.
But the madam freaked me out though.
I can see it. Yeah.
You know what the madam is? You know what madam is, right? The madam is the one in charge of the brothel.
Yeah, I can see it, and I can understand why one of our friends thought at first that was Willem Dafoe because of the voice, but I can't understand that. But
it's Willem Dafoe impressed.
But though, like, we should actually do a comparison between the 1994 Frankenstein and this one, because there's some similarities, you know.
Yeah,
and the makeup's the same, huh?
And I feel like it's a very interesting Frankenstein retelling story, which that's interesting because him and I watched a movie on Shudder called Birth/Rebirth.
Oh,
and it's like, I've always wondered, like, what is the better Frankenstein story for you, Poor Things or Birth/Rebirth?
Birth/Rebirth is bleak. It has no redeeming quality. I mean, the characters are redeeming qualities. They just straight up just don't care at all.
And this one also is kind of a takeoff of this movie called Frankenhooker.
I've seen that one before. I've seen that one.
Did you ever see it, Mike?
I did not see Frankenhooker.
You should watch Frankenhooker.
Okay, it says like here's what it says, right? Okay, a medical student sets out to recreate his decapitated fiance by building her a new body made of Manhattan street prostitutes.
Oh my god,
that
sounds amazing. I need to see that.
It's also the same guy that made that movie with the sentient penis.
Oh yeah,
you should watch.
The what?
So the for our now we're down to our top 3 guys, getting down to the nitty gritty. Top 3 of the year. We will start off again with you, Andrew. What is your number 3?
You guys all knew this was gonna be top.
Oh, I'm going to say it. Don't.
Number 3 is the Barbie movie.
I'm happy though. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy. Ryan Gosling's getting in the.
No, that it's not number 1.
Oh, what?
I was seriously considering it because no other movie has made me feel this happy, this joyful, this emotional in a very long time. At least in Free Guy.
Wow, it's not emotional for you, but it's not emotional.
At least, like it makes me feel things. It hits my heart so many times because I think it's because in the first half of the movie when we're seeing Ken with Barbie and everything, I have been in that spot so many times in my life.
I understand, bro. I understand.
I have been in love and felt rejected.
It hurts. It hurts.
And then if you've got people exploring the real world and discovering their worth, with Barbie discovering her emotions and Ken finally feeling respected, you know, and of course he brings patriarchy, you know, and that's bad, and when he gives the "you failed me" speech in that whole scene, that scene hit me to my core. I'm like, this is how I have felt several times, and this movie visually looked beautiful. The acting is like, I see the characters, I don't see the actors. Like, there's just some magic in this movie that makes me never get tired of it. That is all that I'm going to say.
I like Barbie. I don't love it, and I understand why your Barbie is my, your Barbie is my Hook. How I can never get tired of Hook because Hook makes me feel happy.
Yes.
Whimsy, yeah. So yeah, but but still, Barbie is a well-made movie. I just, when I feel like the film, whenever it goes to the real world, it just grinds to a halt.
I feel like the last half is the best half.
Yeah, true though.
Two people are saying this movie is anti-men. I've got one thing to say. This is anti a very specific group of men.
Yeah, but you know what though too? You know that the guy that plays
not all men. Not all. It's not like a broad stroke kind of like a thing, This is a very specific group, They're calling out this specific group, not the whole gender.
Yeah.
But you know what else too though? Whenever I do like the film though, but it's just so okay. Did you know though? Do you know the guy that played Athlete Ken, right?
Yep. I completely get why you don't like it, but yeah.
He's actually the guy that plays Athlete Ken. He actually has a movie coming out soon too.
Ooh.
So I find it funny.
Love.
You
know what though? The
mystery movie too on Monday.
Do you know what though? Do you know what the crazy part about it is?
What?
About Bob Marley though? He got skin cancer, right? And guess where first he got it?
The toe, right?
Underneath his toenail.
Yeah.
Hey guys, would you mind if I cheated a little bit?
Why?
Sure, why?
Because it is literally 1:03 in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's true. We do need to. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up soon. We need to just.
Yeah, we're each on number 3. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll be wrapping up soon, but
because my top 3, you guys have already done too. So.
But real quick, I just gotta say, find it funny he was talking about how Bottoms he complimented because it doesn't bang. It's messy.
I know. There's
Barbie does it. It's Mike Tyson. It's a Mike Tyson hook to the face.
I know that. That's why I said this will bite me in the butt later. Because all I can think about is patriarchy.
Yeah.
And my number 2 is not gonna be any more helpful.
Oh, oh.
God.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Ready
what's
for
your
number 3?
Yes. What's your number 3?
Anatomy of a Fall.
Wow. That's awesome. I
was expecting to like this movie, but I wasn't expecting to love it. And like Andrew, the prosecutor is going to be your most hated character of 2023.
I'm expecting it.
Oh yeah, he is like douchebag 101. It is awesome. So, but not he's great at his performance. And yeah, it's really well done. Mine, well, actually, Zyra, what's your number 3?
It was number 2 until I saw this movie recently.
Yes,
I had to knock it back. I had to. Oppenheimer, which is odd.
Nice.
It's odd with number 2.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll get to number 2, but yeah, Oppenheimer is your number 2. I remember you literally being blown away when we saw it in theaters.
And I saw another one that said I gotta knock it back.
It was like,
One more.
oh yeah.
One more.
We'll definitely get to that. My number 3 is one we just talked about. It is maybe one of the most disturbing, maybe the most disturbing non-documentary film I watched in 2023. And that is Jonathan Glazer's masterpiece, The Zone of Interest. This film just was exquisite from the first frame to the last frame. It was excellent. This, apparently Jonathan Glazer, it's been a 10-year gap. He's been working on this film for years. He even quit the film at one point because he said it was too much for him. But then he said, no, my people, because he's also Jewish, needs to understand and hear this story. And so he's pushed through, he made it, and I'm glad he did, because yeah, this is haunting. It's been a while since a film has literally taken my breath away, but this film literally did that to me. Like, as soon as the film was over, I actually went like, I was holding my heart and breathed and exhaled afterwards, because that final shot made me hold my breath, and then I could finally breathe and let it go after that. It was just that it had that much of an impact on me. And
then like, if you guys do not understand, the movie, no judgment, because it's very metaphorical.
It is. The entire thing practically is metaphorical, and it's so well done, and it's the definition of visual storytelling. The score is haunting. Every time it appears, you just are holding your seat as tight as you can, and the sound design, hearing the trains go by, hearing the gunfires, the screams of these innocent people. It's just every single time you can hear stuff like that, it still sticks with me. And when it comes to filmmaking and how films are made, the writing, directing, acting, cinematography, etc., every single aspect to a film, this is definitively the best film of the year, I think, when it comes to just how films are made. That's I would say it's maybe the best film of the year. But there's 2 others that have just that impacted me more on a personal and more emotional level for me, that are my number 1 and my number 2. But we will get to them. But yeah, The Zone of Interest, still fantastic, in my top 3 of the year. I implore you all, if it's expanding near you, check this film out. Also, the production design is incredible. So well done. Yeah, everything here. Just check out The Zone of Interest as soon as you can. In fact, actually, there's one review on Letterboxd. I want to share this real quick.
Oh, is it Dan? Oh, wait, you know David Abrams, right?
Yeah,
he hated it.
So yeah, I know you told me that, and it's just like, ugh, I can't believe he hated it. But there is one reviewer named Seth Reviews, and I wanted to read this because this is exactly how I felt about the film. It says, you could hear a pin drop in a packed house. As soon as it was over, I sat in quiet, absolutely distraught. It made me feel genuinely sick. Nothing could have prepared me for this. We begin in darkness and end in total emotional torment. In a decade full with important films, I believe this is one of the most significant, if not the most. The reluctance to follow a conventional story is admirable. Each sequence develops and builds until it bursts at the end and broke me. So relentless and strong, yet full of creative flair and distinct direction. The best sound design in quite some time, dedicated to providing a permanent, horrific experience. Glazer succeeds on all fronts by being not just a visionary director, but also one who can handle this with the utmost care and sincerity, unlike prior films of this nature. Not only do I think this is one of the best films of the decade so far, but one of the best films for the century. So that is a very glowing review and is exactly how I feel. It is superb in every way, in every sense of the word. So that is my
Andrew. I see you more appreciating Andrew than liking.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I can see that too.
Yeah, I am. So yeah, we're now on our number 2. So
my number 2. I didn't enjoy this movie as much as Barbie. I will admit I didn't enjoy it as much, but it is but looking at it as a film itself, I've got to, but I can't be biased, and I can't say it's not as good because Oppenheimer is a great movie.
Oh yeah,
Cillian Murphy alone, he deserves Best Actor in my book, because when I was watching the movie, I do not see Cillian Murphy. I see Oppenheimer, and just how every piece of dialogue feels like you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention. I love that, where if you can't stop listening, if you just have to listen to every single word because every single word has importance. You know, and like all of that and everything. And Robert Downey Jr. does a great job. Emily Blunt does decent for what she's given, but this is Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr.'s baby, and I love it. Like 3 hours of awesomeness, and I don't care if like Barbie, they're kind of pounding one point into the ground. Social communism, you know.
Communism.
Yeah.
So this movie, not as enjoyable as Barbie, but if you said what movie deserved Best Picture, I would say Oppenheimer.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to happen. But yeah, it's great. What's your number 2, Ross?
Poor Things.
Oh yeah,
the funniest movie of the year.
For sure. It is so good. And then what is your number 2?
Godzilla -1.
I haven't seen it.
Yes.
God.
I haven't seen it yet.
You can take Godzilla out of this movie and it wouldn't matter.
Oh yeah.
And I was still watching.
Did you ever finish Monarch?
Great movie.
Did you finish Monarch?
I did not. I still need to finish it. I literally forgot I was in the process of watching it the other day, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I forgot I'm still watching Monarch." So I'm gonna finish that at some point. But yeah, Godzilla -1. You know, it's a sign of a good movie when it's like you can cut out Godzilla and it still be a great movie, and the they make you care about the humans finally, and then also it's just. Like we watched it. I've seen it twice now. I saw it in color, and I saw it in the black and white cut. And he watched it for the first time in the black and white cut. And like it's even better in black and white.
I don't want to see it in color. I don't want to see it in color at all.
It's like
I don't want it in color.
I
I don't want it dubbed either. I don't want it dubbed. Keep it subtitled. I don't want it.
And I hope they include I hope on the Blu-ray they include the.
You know, there's only one dubbing that I'm a fan of, and only one.
When Studio Ghibli does it, it can be okay.
Yeah, no, it's the okay. It's this one called like Porco Rosso, right?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what it is though?
What?
You've heard Michael Keaton's sarcastic voice, right?
Oh yeah.
Imagine a whole film of that as a flying pig.
Oh, I'll pay for that.
Yeah, that's all.
I will pay.
But no. Yeah, Godzilla -1 is great. And actually made Godzilla scary again, which is great. I love it. Best Godzilla movie, at least since the original. It's but yeah, so my number 2 is one that was just mentioned earlier on in the stream, but it's probably the biggest cry I had in 2023, and that is All of Us Strangers. This movie is beautiful. This affected me in ways I was not expecting. I watched this with my mom. Maybe that's why it affected me in such an emotional way, because we watched it together. And when you know what it's about, like, of course, a film like this would affect you more seeing it with your parent. We were both in tears by the end. We both hugged each other at the end and said how much we love each other. That's the kind of emotional impact I look for a film. When a film can literally impact you so much to the point that you actually want to call up a parent, or an After Sun did the same thing for me. I called up my dad, told him how much I loved him. I hugged my mom after watching that movie. And it's like the same thing with All of Us Strangers. When speaking of After Sun, Paul Mescal's in this movie and is excellent in this film. So is Andrew Scott, who should be nominated for this movie. He should be. He's the second best male performance I've seen in 2023. He is phenomenal. And then also Claire Foy as the mom, just brilliant. Jamie Bell as the dad was brilliant in this movie. And yeah, it's I don't want to spoil too much of this movie because it's just now expanding out for people. So I'm not really going to talk a whole lot about it, but I do want to do like a deep dive on this movie one day because it's there's a lot to unpack.
It made me an even bigger Paul Mescal fan than I thought was impossible.
Oh yeah, and it has to me what might be my favorite scene of the year, maybe, which is the conversation with the dad, probably, or either that or the very end, or the very very end, like the scene in the diner. You know what I'm talking about, but it's like that scene. At least those are the two like most emotional scenes of the year. Like it's and it's my favorite script of the year. Every bit of writing just feels so real, raw, and authentic. And if y'all don't know what it's about this man who lives in this like apartment flat, and Paul Mescal lives in the same flat as him. And one day they both just come across each other, and some sparks fly between them. Wow. You also get Andrew Scott writing a story about his parents. So it's all about our memories and how our memories can connect us to our loved ones, and how we want to remember our loved ones. And it's stunning. It blew me away. And so I implore you all to seek this movie out as soon as you can, for sure. So All of the Strangers is my number 2. So now we are on to our number 1s, our best movies of the year. And so I am going to, again, kick it off with Andrew. Let us know, what is your number 1 movie of the year?
My number 1 movie of the year is Past Lives.
Yeah.
But because this movie, I'm going to admit, is probably one of the best depictions of romance ever. It has a sweet ending without it feeling cookie cutter.
True.
And I wanted to applaud at one moment. They avoided my least favorite cliche, one of my least favorite cliches of all time.
What was that?
Which is when you have a couple that you want together, the other has a boyfriend or girlfriend, and they're a dick for no reason.
Yes.
And they're just supposed to be a dick because that's not who I want him to end up with.
Oh.
In this movie,
It's going bad.
That's awesome. Okay.
in this movie, you see her end up with this other dude, and you're like, wow, this dude's a real gentleman. He's a nice guy, and you must feel bad for the guy because he's seeing the chemistry that her and him used to have, and at the end, spoiler, they don't get together. But that's okay. He accepts it and he can move on. And she can continue her life with him.
And I don't know if you caught it, but at the very end, I told my mom something. She's like, I would have never caught that. But when I saw it for the first time, you can see the two different perspectives. As she walks away, her with her husband closes the door. That's shutting the door on their past life and moving on into their.
And then did you notice too, like she actually like
Yes.
opened up another door with her husband when she cried.
Yeah, she did. But then also, whenever it comes to
Such a great movie.
but then whenever it comes to TOU and his character, whenever he's in the car driving back to the airport, the window is open, and that's metaphorical for saying the window now to his present life is open. He's going to have opened opportunities. He's now going to have a.
I love that. It doesn't feels like it feels realistic and sweet. And I love it when movies can do that. That is why it is number one. And when they're together, you can feel it. You can feel the romance and the connection. I just couldn't get enough of that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And another fun fact about Past Lives is that when TOU and Greta Lee, they meet each other when they're adults and they hug each other. Apparently, they could be friends, but they weren't allowed to make any physical contact at all. And so whenever they hug each other, that was the very first time they ever got to hug each other. And so that was so the hug felt real because of that. It was real because it was their first hug. So it was nice.
That makes it even greater.
Yeah.
So yes, Past Lives, 100% number one, without a doubt.
That's awesome. Very, very, very deserving of the number one spot. Ross, what's your number one?
The Holdovers.
I am gonna turn off. But I am gonna turn off my camera.
Yeah,
that's fine. So actually, you and him can go at the same time then. Because
your number one is the Holdovers, Zaire?
Love that movie. It was.
Oh yeah, too. Like how Andrew said, like Boy Meets World. Would be the teacher.
Oh yeah.
But guess what?
What?
I actually think it reminds me more of a movie that Mike and I watched last year.
Which one?
Man Without a Face. It's the same type of characters.
I can see that totally.
Yeah, But yeah, like I love this movie. And plus, it's so cold, but it's also so warm. Yeah.
And
Totally agree.
Andrew, we'll have to get you to watch The Man Without a Face, Andrew.
It's a Christmas movie that I will now watch every Christmas. It's every year.
I'm gonna watch this every Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
You can do both.
Because Because with the whole family aspect and the whole Christmas is right around the corner, it gives you both.
And I will say what's interesting is it's like, it's rated R, but it might be the most family friendly rated R film I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so like Ashton pointed out something funny. You know when that racist kid, like talks about the rickshaw.
Oh yeah,
there's no rickshaws in Korea.
That's true. But no, it's
Yes, definitely.
What'd you think of the movie?
The teacher was a favorite character. I'm like, I can see. Like I knew a teacher like that. I'm like, okay, I had teachers like this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they were nice. I'm like, why are you pushing me? Like, what's going on? Why are you pushing me? I'm
hey, Diane wanted some of that cook though. She wanted some of that. He wants some of that cook.
Oh, I want the food. I want the food.
No. You want Divine Joy Randolph.
No, I want the food. I'm hungry. I want her food.
You just eat. Like, oh, you just eat your stacks, bro. You should not be.
I want her cooking, okay? I want her cooking. I don't want her. I want her cooking. I want. You know the stuff they had in there?
Oh yeah, it looked good.
Yeah,
especially like that dessert, the one they lit on fire.
The flambe.
Yes.
Her reaction though to the firecracker might be one of the funniest moments in the movie that people don't talk about.
That was so, and I love that. Like, you also watch around New Year's Eve time too, because of the New Year's Eve celebration in it and everything, and
it's all three holidays.
And I love that it plays like the music in this movie is so good. I knew as soon as they played "The Wind" from Cat Stevens, that I knew the wind of my soul. Like, I knew as soon as they played that song, I was like, oh yeah, 5 out of 5, brilliant movie. I was like, as soon as they play that song, it's so good. But yeah, fantastic film. So my number one, there are films that I talked about that are like earlier. There are films that challenge you. There are films that are just superbly made. There are films that leave you thinking and you can't forget about them long after you watch them. But then there are films that personally speak to you and personally connect with you in ways you weren't expecting and in ways that are really uncanny. And films can come at a time in your life when you need it the most. And that was the case with my favorite movie of 2023, which is Perfect Days. This movie is from German director Wim Wenders, and he's German, but he lived in Japan for years, so he was able to make a Japanese movie. They will speak the language, but this stars Koji Yakusho, who gives one, in my opinion, the best performance I've seen in a male acting performance in 2023. I think he was phenomenal in this film, and it's distributed from Neon, who is just killing it in their films lately. Essentially, this film, all it is essentially a hangout film about the beauty and celebration of life. But here's the thing, is I watched this at a time when I needed it most. I was struggling with some stuff on my own when I watched this movie, and it lives by the motto I've always said, which is just live. If you had past lives, you're just talking about your past life and how it could have been in your past life. This one's talking about live in the now, enjoy today, live in the present, because you don't know. You're not guaranteed a tomorrow. You don't know what life is going to do to you the next day. And I found that beautiful. And it's just really rang true to me. And at the time I watched this, it's about a custodian who cleans toilets in Tokyo. And he just observes life as he's doing it and sees all the obstacles of life, sees all the beauties in life, everything like that as he's doing it. And he was a custodian. I was a custodian when I watched this movie. He listens to 80s music. That's like my favorite genre of music. I always listen to it. He lives in his own little world, which is his work, his what he does for a living, all that stuff. I live in my own world, which is movies. And then he also lives in he also reconnects with certain people in this movie in his life that I recently have reconnected with or needed to reconnect with. And so that's why
I totally want to see this movie now. It sounds amazing.
And so that's why this film to me just it hit me in a way I was not expecting it to. And this is the other film I gave a standing ovation to, along with some other people at the festival, and I saw it in October. And it doesn't actually technically release until February 7th, but I included it on my list because I got to see it at festivals, and it did have a qualifying run in, I think.
Hey, it got the Oscar nomination, so it is a 2020.
Los Angeles, yeah, and it got the Oscar nomination, so it counts. And so it is. It's this is. It's hard to describe the kind of impact that this film made on me, and best soundtrack of the year, because when it comes to the soundtrack of this movie, it plays House of the Rising Sun, it plays the Pale Blue Eyes from Velvet Underground, it plays at one point the song Brown Eyed Girl.
Brown Eyed Girl, my song.
Oh my god, that reminds me of
and it's like, and a few other great songs that he just starts playing, and it's just, and again, it's if you ever need, if I ever need a film that, if I'm ever depressed or if I'm ever just going through something and I need that film to cheer me up and know that, hey, life is going to give me this struggle, but also life is still beautiful and I can still enjoy life to its fullest. And I will see Perfect Days, because Perfect Days truly is perfect. And oh, it's such a perfect day. Sorry. And that song is in the movie as well. It's this is truly a masterpiece. And it is, I knew from the moment I saw it in October that this would be my favorite movie of the year. Some of the other films I was like, ooh, okay, this is hard to know where I'm going to place this and all this stuff. And the moment I saw this in October, I knew this was my favorite film of the year. And it's remained my favorite film of the year. And man, and it's like, and Wim Wenders is just a national treasure. Wings of Desire, Paris, Texas, now, and several other great films, and now Perfect Days. Great return to form for him. So definitely, guys, seek this one out when you can. It will be in theaters on from Neon, I think, on February 7th. But then I think it is coming to the streaming service Mubi at some point. So if y'all have Mubi, y'all can also check it out there. It is absolutely worth your time. Trust me. This is just, I think there's something in here for everyone, for sure. And it is truly just a perfect masterpiece. So that is my number one of the year, and that is my finalization of the best movies I saw in 2023. Let's real quick run through a recap of our list for anyone who's jumping in, seeing this.
My
last. So
mine was Bottoms, Asteroid City, Next Goal Wins, Elemental, Wonka, Poor Things, The Holdovers, Barbie, Oppenheimer, and Past Lives.
Okay. Mine was All the Strangers. I was tired, so let's see. All the Strangers, I forget now, but Guys, just watch the list. I forget. I'm tired too.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah,
I'll remember though. Let's see.
This one late.
There's Guardian. Guardians.
I know Spider Verse is on here. That's all fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spider Verse. Beau's Afraid.
Yeah,
Past
Beau's Afraid.
Lives. American Fiction. Oppenheimer. Zone of Interest. Anatomy of Fall. Poor Things. And then The Holdovers.
Yeah. And then for you.
10's Past Lives. 10's Guardians, 9's Past Lives, 8 is Scream 6, 7's Megan, 6 is American Fiction, 5 is When Evil Lurks, 4 is Dumb Money, 3 is Oppenheimer, 2 is Godzilla Got -1, and
Godzilla Got -1?
Yeah.
And then for me, recapping my top 10 list is number 10, Godland, number 9, May December, number 8, Anatomy of the Fall, number 7, Past Lives, number 6, The Holdovers, number 5 is Poor Things, number 4 is Killers of the Flower Moon, number 3, The Zone of Interest, number 2, All of Us Strangers, and number 1 is Perfect Days. So,
and guys, comment your top 10 on the list on the bottom, and then we will be doing our worst of the year, which
we will. Yeah, we'll be bringing that to you guys soon. Once we catch up on a couple more bad ones of 2023, we'll definitely be bringing you our worst of the year list as well. So you guys,
there's a movie. I don't know if I should finish it because I watched 2 minutes when I was drunk and I said I can't do it.
Which one?
Blood and Honey.
Oh God, that movie's horrible.
I hated that movie.
Yeah, it was so bad. But yeah, so we definitely will have that for you guys. And then also, Andrew and I talked about we might be able to do it tomorrow since tomorrow's February 1st.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, should we do that tomorrow?
Yeah, we
what are you guys doing
tomorrow? We're doing if you want to join us, of course you can. But Andrew came up with the idea, so I'm giving him credit to do a monthly recap every month of everything we watched. And
yeah, I'd love to do that because but I'm seeing Argyle tomorrow night, maybe. So,
all right, just keep us posted for sure. But then, so we'll be doing that for you guys, and then also, of course, Awards Roundtable will be coming back. We're gonna talk more awards for you guys, and then of course, but Austin and I will be doing our horror roundtable discussion that we do now every year. So we'll be just discussing a deep dive into the horror films that came out specifically in 2023. And then also when it comes to other things, of course, the Argyle review I'll be doing for you guys, and other movie reviews down the line. So, and then we will keep on subscribing to this channel because we'll be giving you guys another best of the year list, but we'll do our halfway point of the year in June. So you guys, or July, one of those, probably in July. So you guys can stay tuned for that. And also we are coming up with our own award show. We're going to talk more about it soon. I'm probably
Mike and I are going to have a long talk about it.
I'm probably going to make a group chat.
Can I be a part of it?
Of course.
Yeah. But we're going to start coming up with our list of nominations and the rules behind the nominations. And
there's only one award though that we're going to let somebody else on, and it's the best memeable movie. That I think that's the only one we'll let that person on because that person is going back to their old ways again.
That would actually, that we should add that. I would say that it's kind of a fun category, best memeable moment in a movie, something like that.
Wait though, actually, you know what though? Poor Things would be the whole movie though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Zaire, did you like Poor Things?
It's great, but
Saltburn was also pretty memeable.
It's great, but
and Beau's Afraid.
I like the artsy stuff, but that was a little too artsy for me. That was a little too out there, out of my.
Yeah, he told me, he was like, I think you pushed my artsy limit with this one, dude.
I've seen a bunch of Barbie movie memes, so
yeah, that one's also one I could see being kind of memed. So yeah, we'll definitely go through the categories. We'll have some nice original ones for you guys, but we'll also have kind of like the Oscar categories as well. So, so you guys can be on the lookout for that. It'll be really fun and exciting. We'll and then we'll have, once we come up with our list of nominations, we'll have you guys probably do the voting on it. We're gonna decide that whenever we discuss it all. But yeah, it'll be really exciting. So you guys can stay tuned for that. We will see you all in the next stream. And until next time, stay classy, my friends, and keep on watching.